full guide to making money leveraging YouTube content. So a quick introduction. I am Eskil Axe, and I help men grow their personal brand businesses using YouTube content as marketing strategy, advertisement strategy. So my mission is to document what worked for me into these educational format videos, and I do this whilst on my own YouTube content business journey. So that's one reason why I believe listening to me could be a wise choice. Also, I've posted over 200 videos, over 400 in total, but over 200 educational videos. I've made a product, made $0 from it, and I've never gotten more than 60 subs on YouTube. Honestly, more than 20 because I had like 50 subs before I started educational. So I got like 10 subs in 200 plus videos. So I've struggled for a long time, but I am just like you, a lethal masculine entrepreneur who works what is necessary, does whatever he needs to succeed, but he is just not knowledgeable enough. And that is why I believe I will teach you the whole money strategy on YouTube that I use. It's gonna be a long video, so buckle up. But I believe you can at least take something from this video. So I will cover these things. Make a product, niche a solution, provide value, price what it's worth, that's making a product. Market your product on YouTube or advertise your product on YouTube. Make niche videos connected to your offer. Improve the video quality. Volume negates luck. And then the last step of market your product on YouTube. Make repetitive content. So 83 slides, full fucking guide. So let's get right into the video. But a quick plug before then. If you're interested in me coaching, courses, if this sounds something you're interested in, private YouTube tribe, and the first 5 people who join will get the special benefit of one lifetime, joining one-time fee, and then they will get all the communities for free in the future if they buy that one up. So the first 5 people get this. So if you're interested, check out the top link in the description right now. The promise with this video, however, is I will tell you what it takes to become an actual entrepreneur, and specifically using this YouTube content marketing strategy in a personal brand model. So this guide will help you get started making actual progress and money in business. So if you can get through this whole guide, you will be set for starting to grind. That is a promise. Follow the steps. So without further ado, let's go into the first module in making a product. So if you think about making a product and the first module, niche a solution. If we define entrepreneurship first, entrepreneurship is mainly about solving pains and providing solutions, because we have a market, right? We have a market. There is a pain, right? We like to think of as pains, because if there is no pain, then there is no demand, right? So we focus on people who have pain, right? Any pain. They have purchasing power. They can buy our stuff, right? So, but to make it very simple, it's solving pains, right? It is getting someone jacked, getting money helping people getting money online, or helping whatever pain you can find. It's about solving those pains and providing solutions. So, because entrepreneurship is literally solving pains and providing solutions, it does not matter what pain you choose. It does not matter if it's viral or if it's, not viral. What you ought to do is niche a solution. The thing is that It's about solving a pain. So if you solve a niche solution that you know you can solve, then go for that, right? So choose something you can do long term, right? We hear about this all the time. The longer you have the hammer, sledgehammer, you can hammer away at the wall, the more success you get, right? Because people like to go around this ADHD, trying a new business model, changing niche all the time. The longer we can just keep pushing, especially when it gets hard, when a bottleneck comes up. If you can keep pushing at the same wall, because all the walls are the same, they all have their own problems. So if you can keep hammer away at that wall for as long as possible, that's how you get success, right? So that's why I like to think of it something you can do long term. What niche can you serve long term? And honestly, if you choose a niche that you know you can solve, or a niche problem you're having, then that's a good strategy, right? And what pains would you be fine to suffer through? What pains have you solved and hate and want to, you know, help other people, or you're confident you can help other people in this? Or maybe there's that thing you're struggling with now and you have made some progress and you want to help people with that. So me, currently, I am struggling with YouTube, right? I'm also doing this. But I am, everything I've teach that I work for me, I'm sharing, right? So I'm sharing as much as possible. And I do it in coaching format, in course format, and honestly, my biggest bottleneck might be I don't know enough in my niche. I do know what I'm doing, right? But my bottleneck now is more education, more knowledge, because I have made a product. It's fine. So there's literally only 3 things I can focus on: making my product better, marketing more, or learning more. And I learn more by the long ride in this niche. So I guess improving the product more and marketing more is one of those ways for me to learn more about it. But it's the thing, right? Every business model, every niche will have its suffering and pains. So you choose the one which you can stick to the longest. Because if you only have one, over time, you will look back and you'll be like, holy crap, I know like 10 times more. Because you will be there like, oh, I only learned one thing every week, one little thing. But if you look over the last year, you know so many more things than anyone else. You know, literally, if you know literally 2 or 3 things more than your competition, then you're number one, right? It takes a lot to be number one, but it doesn't take a lot to. It's like, have you heard these athletes? It's very interesting, right? It's like the fastest man in the world and the second fastest man in the world. The fastest man in the world might be like half a second or whatever faster in the sprint or something, but he still get 10 times the recognition, right? So it doesn't matter how, like, of course, if you're like double from everyone else and you're a big guy, but literally, if you're just number one, you might be 0.2 seconds faster than the second fastest man in the world. You might be, know 1 or 2 things more than everyone else. You might have, thousand subscribers or whatever more than your competition, than your second place competition. Then you're still number one, and then because of number one, the benefits of being number one is like I guess 40%, 30% of the market or something. It's always like that. It's the hierarchy. It's the number one and the number two and number three that owns 90%. It's like number one at like 50, number two at like 20, number three at like 10, and then the rest are 20%, everyone else in the whole. That's literally how it works, right? So the longer you can be in that, the better. So this is what I use. I use this. What pains will be fine to suffer through, and what pains have I in my own life? What accomplishment have I quit and nofap forever, or have I gotten some crazy gains? You don't have to teach them how to get 10 out of 10 body. You can literally teach them how you can get bigger as a 15-year-old with bad genetics. That can be your niche, because you might have bad genetics and you might have tried everything, like every workout program, every diet, and finally something works for you. Then you can teach. I help 15-year-olds with shit genetics get gains. That might be a niche, right? It's possible because you got gains and you're a 15-year-old in high school and you have shit in genetics, you think, right? That's a good niche. It is. right? That's a good niche if that's you, right? Or it might be something with carnivore diet to help suffering vegans. Maybe you have been a vegan and you struggle with that, or maybe you're best at carnivore diet, so you're like, I help high school male teens get into carnivore diet, even though they're in school where they have to eat this and X, Y, and Z, and how they can bring down the cost, how they can talk to their mom to get them to eat carnivore diet. You know what I mean? I can teach them those things, or I can just so I had many things actually. I had like 2 things, and that was the carnivore diet thing or the YouTube content personal brand. I had those 2 things. I deliberated it and I choose this. It doesn't matter what you choose. The only thing that matters is how long you can stick to the thing. And I'm not forcing to do this forever, but the longer you do it, I'm a big fan of that because that's how you get success, right? So you might do, I don't know, maybe you make a lot of money and you're like, I want to do another niche. You're allowed to do that, of course, for another niche. But I'm like, I just choose one I know I can talk about forever. Like I can talk about the diet forever because I will probably not, I will probably stick to it because I haven't coped a single time. However, I don't think I will ever go away from his YouTube, right? Because this is where I am all the time, like all the time, many hours a day. So I decided, well, this is the best niche for me. So you need to find that one thing you can't help but tell your mom about, and you can't help but think about, you can't help but consume a lot of YouTube videos on. Because I have reread the same business books and the same same presentations, like 4 times the same video of like Alex Hormozi or something. Like I'm into this. That says something. So the question for you, who would you want to be a slave working 48 hours per day for? I want to be a slave to these people, or I want to serve these people who are struggling with this, because I think genuinely that this YouTube thingy, I got 20 subscribers over 2 years of uploading daily. That was painful as hell. Like that is having 60 subscribers, and 40 of those were all had like 20 on my last channel. I don't know how many subscribers I have on this channel while I'm recording this, but I had like 20 new ones. So I could say I had like 20 subscribers after 2 years of posting. I'm a big component of subscribers, doesn't really matter. I am. If you have seen any of my videos, then you know that I am a component of super niche. It doesn't really matter how many subs, but I was doing broad topics and I got 20 subs. That is not a good indicator. That is horrible. So yeah, it was very, very painful. Really, really was. That's why I decided to do that. And you might have some serious pain you're going through, some pain that took you 3 years, at least it took you 4 years to get over your nofap addiction. Because people say, oh, just don't do this and don't not whatever, and you're like, it took me 4 years not to. And you can teach people the strategies to use. Example there. Then use it as a solution. So you are people. What can you do for these people? And then question might come up about or right about now, or it already has been sitting in your mind for quite a while. Can't I just teach everything I know? My answer to that would be yes and no. No, in that you should not go broad. Yes, in that everything you know in that niche. So if you have a very specific niche about, 16-year-olds getting some muscle, even though they have shit genetics, they think, then you might teach them about, sleep and diet. They might just be kind of sleep deprived, even without they knowing it. They might have a shit sleep schedule. They might, eat too little protein, or they might eat plant-based protein. Crap. But they might eat, try to be as, as neutral as possible when it comes to diet, but it's difficult for me. But they might try different diets. They might have tried vegan diet and it worked. Yeah, it worked okay. And then they tried carnivore diet, it worked okay. And then they tried whatever diet, it worked okay. And then you tell them what diet that worked for you, and they're in the same shoes as you. Shit, your next 16-year-olds, how I got a lot of gains. And then you teach them the diet behind it, that how they should sleep, and then you teach them, workout program that they might be overtraining or they might be undertraining or whatever the problem is. So you teach everything you did. You streamline the customer process. So you did everything you did because you're targeting you, literally younger self, and you will tell them exactly what you did. And then that will be your courses and coaching. That's amazing. Because that's also pretty easy. Because that's younger you. And solving a specific niche problem, like I mean solving it for everyone, because one course might be enough for someone to solve the problem, but if you want to solve every customer's problem, you coach them, you DM them, how did it go, you remake the courses when they're better, and so when you're more clear at speaking everything, you do everything for them to solve the problem, as much value as possible for everyone, so people literally can't fail. Because it does. When you are this crazy, when you're trying to make the best product possible, which is probably the highest leverage in your business overall, because if you have a good product, then your customers will market it for you, so that's literally your business, your product, right? So I would say that's a number one leverage task in your business. Anything that will improve your quality and your business. And solving that specific huge niche problem, because it might be super niche, but it's still a big problem in their life, because it's pain. Someone bought in whatever X money for you to solve the problem, so it is a big problem. So it really does, for them to really get the success, it really requires all the bandwidth of yours, all the bandwidth aligned to that problem. So it is a necessity, because business is a competition. And competing in too many niches, too many abysmal, is like competing in basketball and football at the same time. And that is not a great strategy. Every single big athlete, every single guy will tell you that you can't be the best at basketball and football at the same time. It's the same thing, you can't be good at two business models at the same time. But then you might be, but I trained basketball for 10 years and then football for 10 years. You can't be a master in both. But you're like, but I have 4 hours of basketball per day and then 4 hours of football per day to, stay in shape and whatever. Maybe, but you see, like, it is maybe possible. But to be number one, kind of not. But it is maybe possible to be very good in both. Yeah, it is. But it will take double the time, but you will never be number one in your niche. And you know that the most rewards come later. It's like this 0.2 seconds. The guy who does 8 hours of football per day is better than the guy who does 8 hours per day, but then after 10 years, 4 hours per day only. Like, this is kind of artistic, this small percentage, but those really fucking matter later on. Like, I'm telling you, they really do. That's why every successful guy, like every really big BS entrepreneur, they go in one market. There's a reason that everyone, they maybe have 2-3 companies, but when they were growing, they went all in on that company. That's what you should do. Well, don't go doing 2 different products. Oh, maybe I should do this product for 2 different niches, both fitness guys and nofap guys. No, if you're gonna do a huge community, then keep it pure with only one thing. That's literally how you provide more value as well. So you might be wondering with value as well, right? How to provide more value for people. And honestly, if you keep it pure, if you keep all the discussion, every post on a super specific niche, every course, every coaching, like all resources in that thing is made for that specific type of people, then they have as many aids as they possibly can, right? So it's pure, and all people in the community is also pure because they bought a super niche thing. That's another way to create some value, by just making it pure. Because imagine now there's your customer. Your customer doesn't have much time. Your customer watches 1 course a week. Maybe if they buy for real high price, they watch everything. But honestly, imagine they watch something that is not related to specifically to their pain. You know how valuable time and energy is. If they spend 2-3 hours watching a course that is not gonna really change their life, then that's 2-3 hours they could have put in deep work. So yeah, they might gain something from it, but if it's not directly related to the solution to the pain, then that's honestly a distraction. And then if you mention that in your whatever sales page, then you will attract people who would buy that stuff. So you attract different people, and then your community is not as pure anymore, and problems keeps piling up. And you could have used extra effort by making the one course better than making two, 7 out of 10s, making one 8 out of 10 courses better. So action step for this module, this part of the guide, is what type of people would you be willing to go through pains of working, 4 to 8 hours per day or even more, and sacrifice literally everything for it, waking up, doing work immediately, sleeping a lot of hours, maybe waking up early before school or work if you still want to go there, if you're still in that phase, right? So right now, if you have not written down and given an answer, you will not start making money honestly. Because if you don't have the people you're trying to go for pain for, which I said was, what pains are you struggling with, or what pain had you accomplished before? If you don't start, then you will still be, you have learned nothing and nothing have changed. Because if you have listened to this guide and done nothing, the same situation presents itself. You listen to new videos but you change nothing, you don't learn when you watch. So you might not be able to work right now. It might be the evening, you might be really tired, but you're watching this video, right? Maybe you can't work right now, but then doesn't mean you shouldn't do anything work related. Because the best entrepreneurs, when they literally don't have any energy left, when they can't do record another video, like really can't, when they, and I mean really, when they record like 10, 12 videos, not after 3 videos, I'm kind of, after 12, and they literally sleep in the middle of the video, and then maybe they do another video after that, then that's their max. That's like hypertrophy in gym. They can't do another set or rep. That's when they really can't do anything more work related. They don't have enough brain power. Then they watch something educational, and then they take notes and learn something. They work to the bone, and then when they can't work anymore, they start learning and see if they're actually working on the right thing with leverage. Because this is leverage. Because you might work 10 hours, but if you work 10 hours on the wrong thing, then that's a bad thing. So if you don't take action in these videos, and this is a full guide specifically made for you to, every part, in very, very simple English terms. My dialect might be weird, but it's simple as hell to follow. It should be, at least. I've tried to make it so. So at this point, you should have picked what type of people that you want to go through the pain of working these hours per day and literally sacrifice most things, energy and time. You allocate your 16 hours, 24 hours minus 8, 9, 7, an average 8 hours of sleep. So 16 hours per day, you might go to work, but you have 16 hours per day that you're awake, and then you have energy. The way you allocate those is how you win. So you allocate the first hours when you wake up before work, 4 hours of when energy is max, you do your work, and then after work you maybe work more on other things. So you need to allocate these 16 hours and battery of yours, because everything will take away from this battery. So choosing how you allocate your 16 hours to your battery is a differentiator. That's the only resource you have. You don't have leverage of money. You don't have much money. You don't have a lot of money to invest in or buy people, hire people. You might afford this, program, just afford this program. You don't have that $1 million that entrepreneurs has, the high leverage that can just eliminate everything they want. You might not have enough to quit working yet, right? So when you don't have that money leverage to eliminate things that you don't want, you don't have enough money to have a cleaner and cook and quit your job, then it is time and energy that is your most valuable resource at this. And it is for me currently. It's time and energy. So I used to allocate my morning hours when I have the most energy for this work, and most of my time doing work tasks till I can't any longer. So give an answer to the question, what people are you willing to serve? Sacrifice everything for your people, or else you'll not make money. So if you still haven't done that, then go rewatch these 25 minutes I've recorded right now. Rewatch the whole video if that's the case. And right now, don't go to the next section. You see, don't go to this section before you have found your niche solution. Because the difference between someone who doesn't do this, doesn't just goes on YouTube and look, I'm just gonna go being a YouTuber, whatever. It's a entrepreneur from entrepreneur. One entrepreneur is a guy who says, I want to make money, but he doesn't do a product. An entrepreneur is a guy who makes a product. And the difference between an entrepreneur and entrepreneur is that a shit entrepreneur can make more money than a good entrepreneur. You can have a 1,000 subscriber channel with a lot of views, or you can be the guy who has 10 subscribers, but the guy with 10 subscribers can make more money than you because he is super niche and has a product to sell. So you can be a very, very bad YouTube entrepreneur. You can have like 10 subs, maybe 20 subs, so you can make more money than people with 1,000 subscribers. Because they have their shit videos that make like, I don't know, $1, $2 on AdSense on every video. Because they have 1,000 subs, so they unlock the AdSense. But then they're like the other guys who makes a fuck ton of money. Like they're guys with 500 followers who make $1 million a month or a year. It's like insane, bro. It's insane. 100k per month. Guys with 700 followers who does that. That's fucking insane. So it is a limiting belief. You're a entrepreneur if you don't go through this stage. You are a entrepreneur. If you haven't taken notes or haven't literally started thinking about the niche. If you just watch this and then, I guess I'll go to the next section. Then it's like you won't make any progress. Or it's that you've already done it and you just watch this for extra education, and then that's fine then. But that's only if you have, you're making a product currently, or you started making a product, then you can go to the next section, right? Because that's where you want. You've made a product, you want to provide value, you want to know what to price it and all that stuff. But for the majority of people, they haven't even made a product. That's what I'm saying, because 99 or 90% of people, they're there. Why don't they make money and they don't have a product to sell? Like, they have the store. Like this, you have a restaurant, you have your shutters down, and then you have your door locked. Oh, closed for the day. And you're like, why don't I make any money? And then that's not closed for a day, that's closed for your entire business journey. So your journey is happening. It's like you're spending all your time inside the kitchen, and then you haven't even opened the shop yet. And the thing is, oh, but my product is not good enough to being open to the shop. If you don't open to the shop, you don't have a single customer, then who will say that your stuff sucks? Oh, but I don't want anyone to say that my stuff sucks. If no one says that your stuff sucks, then you can never improve. You can be there with your ego. Oh, but no one will tell me my product sucks because I have locked and Do you know how business bottleneck works? The ruthless truth. If you have a bottleneck, then nothing else will help. You're there marketing more, but your product is really fucking bad. You won't make any more money. In fact, it could have an inverse effect because you're marketing the fuck out of poop. That's a bottleneck. Or you might have a gold mine, but you have like 2 people who sees it. That's your problem. Or you might have a gold mine and you might have many leads, but your offer might be weak. You might sell your product for like $20 and it's the best product ever, and then you have a lot of leads, and then, but why am I not making money? Well, you sell your product at $20, the best customers, and they're like, oh, but I don't get customers, so I thought I'd make the best thing. Yeah, your customers are people who want everything for free, so they won't take action because it doesn't hurt. Because when people pay, they pay attention. This is a bit of a side note, but you have your bottleneck, and if you don't go all in on that bottleneck, then you will be bottlenecked. The only way to de-bottleneck is to de-bottleneck, and de-bottlenecking is fixing the biggest problem right now. And if you don't have a product, then I can guarantee that this is the thing that will de-bottleneck you. Setting up a product for sale. Because if there are guys watching your videos, whatever your shit videos or your videos with 20 views, if one of them, you're like, oh, but I don't make any money. If you don't have any product to sell, then you will make zero money because you're a super niche guy, right? But if you have an extremely niche channel, literally, helping male teens grow, but that's kind of a it's a big niche, but it is a specific niche because teenagers want to get jacked. But let's say I help teenage male high school students earn money before university using YouTube content business, personal brand, YouTube content business, or something really fucking specific. Right? That was me. And that specific niche. You make your 100 videos, right? On that niche, right? And then, yeah, you get some good customers. They're like, oh, your stuff is so good, your stuff is so good. Evan watches this, and then they're like, does he have a product to sell? And it's like, nah. When you don't have a product to sell, when your store is closed, you can't even get someone buying coffee or tea. You can't even make a single dollar because no one has the ability to give you money. You don't have a bank account set up, you don't have a product to sell, you don't have anything to sell. No one can literally give you money. And when you don't sell any products, you will attract people who thinks it's scammy to buy product as well. I do think so as well. But if you are growing even though you have sales pages, then your thing is really good or you attract the right people. Right? So you don't even give them the choice to give you money. And this is the biggest problem. You don't even have a product to sell. You're a entrepreneur. So go back if you still haven't done this, because I can keep talking about this for an hour, how fucking important this is. But at this point, you should definitely, seriously, hard consider make a product right fucking now. Like literally pause the video and make that fucking product. Or pause the video or write it fucking down. Put it on your wall. Because if you don't do the bottleneck, then you will be stuck forever. Because if you don't de-bottleneck, then you will be stuck forever. You're there marketing for 4 years, but if you don't have a product to sell, you will still make $0 after 4 years. Oh, but AdSense. You go from whatever AdSense after 4 years, make $1,000. You can literally make 100k with that big audience of AdSense. Because if it's super niche, right? So do that right fucking now. Because the way to make money as a YouTuber is selling an online course, selling a community, selling a coaching package, selling something, a huge product and solution, and make it the same niche as what you're marketing to. So the same specific niche. Now we have covered the first module. Second, provide value. So we want to solve problems. So we also want to provide as much value connected to that niche as possible. We streamline our customer faces. Literally, example into the gym, right? First thing, you need to go to the gym, right? Then you need to work out. You need to be consistent in the gym. And then you might be, you need to work out right. And then you need to eat enough so you can build muscle. And then you need to sleep enough to recover so you can keep doing, this exercise every 3 days or something. So you get sore, but you need to recover by sleeping and eating right. And then protein. You might be not getting enough protein. You know what I mean? This is literally everything they need to do. And then you streamline the faces of what is the target audience? Teenagers. There might be, but there's a gym close to your school, or there's like 4 p.m. instead of doing studying after school, you do this. Or you start school at 8, so you go into the city an hour early and you go to the gym an hour early before school starts. You streamline the customer face because you know exactly what they are. Like, they're the same as you, high schoolers, right? Then you can do this face. Or, men who's working, 9 to 5 or whatever. Right? And it might be work, which is 8 p.m. And then you have to 8 to 5. Or 4, 8 to 5, or 9 to 5. Then before 9, you can work out 3 hours before. or you can work out after, or you can work out before, and then after work 5 you go home, and then you eat a big ass meal, and then you chill for an hour to watch another video of the content creator who helped them get into this, and then sleep, and then repeat every day, right? You streamline the whole customer process. Think of all the pains, all the limiting beliefs you had, all the questions that were unanswered, like how should I work? Is it fine if I eat this much, or is it like, oh, it's too expensive to bulk, or how do I not get any fat when I bulk? You know, all these problems. Or might be, oh, how can I get the most muscle? What program is actually easiest when I am having X, Y, and Z? What is best before going to work? Should I do a hard workout or not? Because then I can't work on other things and whatever, you see? You're specific. Very specific. And then there is 3 ways to solve these things, and that will be covered in the next module. Or no, it will be covered right now, I guess. But this was the next module, but I guess not. So now you streamline the whole process of everything that need to go through in your very specific niche. And if you have a extremely specific niche, then you can literally do these, 3 hours before your school, because you know that everyone is going to school using your niche, or before your work, because you know everyone is this. You have a very specific niche, and you provide more value by being even more specific as well. So there's 3 ways to deliver all questions, all limiting beliefs, all everything. 3 ways to deliver them. Do it yourself, do with you, and do for you. So do it yourself is essentially you provide education action steps, because it is do it yourself. What are you doing now? You're listening to me, hopefully. I'm not scrolling comments or doing suggested videos. You're looking me into the eye or listening to what I'm saying. At least you're biking, you're walking, you're listening to this as a podcast or whatever. You're listening to this. And do it yourself is do it yourself. It's YouTube videos, it's courses. I can tell you all the education, I can tell you exactly what to do, action step, but it's in the end of the day, it's you who do things. So I can't force you to do the action step, but very, very much recommend you doing them. Right? So this is the video you're listening to now is do it yourself. Courses are do it yourself. I guess course modules, any video is do it yourself. I guess audiobooks are do it yourself. Everything, books are do it yourself. They're all do it yourself. So you have to do the actual thing yourself. Right? You do everything yourself. You get the knowledge, but you do everything yourself. You do the content yourself. You do the work yourself. That is do it yourself. And do with you is do the thing with your customers. Personal trainer, one-to-one coaching, maybe live stream plus lectures, but that's more do it yourself. Do it with you is, do it with you, literally. So this is one-to-one coaching and personal trainer, as an example, right? So it might be being a call, one-to-one coaching, tell them exactly what to do, obsess about, maybe do with, you do your business together, you review your business, you review your plan, and maybe you change things with your customer if you know more about the thing than your customer, right? So this is literally walking someone through. Let's say you made a course of the whole framework of 16-year-old or male teenagers getting jacked, or male teenagers making money on social media, or whatever niche you're in. Or it might be helping men quit their 9 to 5 jobs, in helping men quit their 9 to 5 jobs and make money in a bathrobe, or whatever niche you have. Or making money by using advertisement for 9 to 5, they quit their job, whatever niche you have. Literally coaching. all problems they might have, you answer them. You go through all the limiting beliefs, you tell them exactly what to do. That is coaching. PT, show them the form, show them how you should do this exercise, show you how you should do this, show you how you should use this strategy in business, how you should leverage this, and how you should X, Y, and Z. So this is literally one-to-one coaching. PT, it's like do with you. Do it with you. Do it yourself, and then do it for you, which is very difficult to do in many business models and many niches. But this is literally doing the thing for you. This is flying out, setting up the business. But it's very hard in my business model specifically, because it's a personal brand. It's you. If I do your videos, then that's my personal brand, not yours. But this could be, in example, do for you in a exercise setting. That might be, you know, everything associated with exercise. You know, maybe I drive you to the gym, so I do it for you. I can't do the exercise for you, but I drive you to the gym. I do PT with you. So I do with you service while we're in the gym, and then I do for you. I cook for you. I shop for you. I make food for you. I, do everything so you can get to bed at specific time. I do everything else than the exercise itself, because that I cannot do double the volume and then get you more gains. That is impossible. But you do this as much as possible, but it is impossible in my business model, I think, in this business model specifically. Because you can't do the videos for them, because that's the personal brand. You can't do the product for them, because that's like still the personal brand. But it might be, diet course, fly out and make food for them so they will not cope, or they will get the right food, the best quality food. You do it for them. Maybe you set up the business for them, you make the business program for them. The framework, the checklist, what they should include in their individual specific business. That's the 3 ways to deliver a solution. So right now, streamline your customer process. This is how you provide more value, right? You streamline the customer process, every single problem they have, and then provide them to solutions in all these 3 if you can. I do these 2. I don't think I can do many do for you, but do it yourself, do with you, because the more you go to this, the more valuable it is. A do it with you service can be priced like I'm more than 10 times more than do it yourself. But a good do it yourself can also be priced. Like honestly, you can price a course for $10,000 if you want. You can coach an hour of coaching for 100,000, 1 million, or even more if you're really big, right? So there's no cap, but at the lowest level, it's 10 times more. So if let's say my courses are as good as my coaching, then my coaching will be worth 10 times more, just because it's do with you model. So yeah, if you're better at do it yourself, then maybe that's the same value do with you or more. But I'm just saying that this by themselves will be more valued more. Do with you than do it yourself. Do for you valued most, but that's not very high leverage actually. You make a lot of money, but you need to fly out. And imagine that. You need to fly out, you need to prepare for 2 days. That's like not the highest leverage, because you can still make millions with do with you service. So it's a cope. Focus on these two, this is what I do. So action step, deliver all your problems, questions, every limit and beliefs into do it yourself and do with your service. So what I do is I do course modules of everything. So in my program I have like 70, 80 of these course modules. I have all the courses and stuff. And then I have do with you. I, do Q&As, I do lectures, I review people's business, I do everything with specific actionable steps they can do, and break their limiting beliefs that they might still have, help them with their biggest bottlenecks. And the biggest bottlenecks, I review the business to see what they are. So specifically, everyone gets their bottleneck hopefully, broken, unbottlenecked. And I know you don't have much time, so maybe schedule watching the rest of watching again this section if you still want to provide more value. If you still haven't made your product, then maybe watch it in order. If you don't have to watch it in order, but it's ideal to watch in order. But each section you're interested in, then rewatch it until you're You have implemented the thing. It's also, if you have skipped the other action step, then go back now. Because you can't really make a better product. You're just listening because it's fun, because you have nothing else to do. But this do-it-yourself do if you do for you doesn't mean anything if you don't have a product in at all. So go back if you haven't done that, and then go back if you have made a product but you're like, how can I provide more value? This is not a full providing value guide, but I can tell you right now that you can probably prepare lectures. If, let's say, you have made all the courses, you can prepare lectures, and I can say maybe re-record some sections that you know wasn't perfect. You know, there's always a way to improve more value. And maybe you haven't streamlined the process, you haven't made a huge list of every single problem in, let's say, there's 20 questions that pops up when going to the gym. It might be, oh, it's too, how do I get there? Oh, it's too far, and oh, it's expensive to sign up to the gym. It's effort, it's boring, it's hard, it's, you know, whatever. There's always something you can make modules of and then do with your model and whatever. So rewatch if you still wanna learn more about these 3 modules, because you will get more, you will learn more when you rewatch again. This is how it works. I reread a really good book and I learn more. If you think this video is pretty good, then rewatch the section and you will learn. I usually do this every evening. I reread like a good section, and I actually learn one new thing every time for some reason, and it's like a high value in a few words book. But that's the end of this section. Last one, making a product. Weird. I shouldn't even be tired. I have slept well, and this is my first video today. So, price what it's worth. So, I will talk about these 3 things in this section. Perceived value of pricing, actual value of pricing, justifying charging. So, price what it's worth, perceived value of pricing. So pricing has a very strong effect on value itself, and I have 2 examples. Placebo effect on pricing. Let's say there are 3 identical offers, and they were each told that one was $999, one was $997, and one was $19. And there are 3 different person trying these. They're like, oh, $19, that's okay. Medium, 197, like, yeah, that's pretty good. And then 999, like, oh, that's super good. Every time the one with 999 would win, even though it's the same offer. Another experiment that's even better that I learned recently is that, let's say there's wine. There's 3 different wines. There is one cheap wine, there's one medium wine, there's one expensive wine. And it's the same guy. He tries all of them. It's like the cheap wine, he's just like, yeah, cheap wine, he's just like drinking it, okay. Medium wine, more expensive, pretty good. And then the expensive wine, then he just savored the taste and did that, you know what I mean? And the thing was that it was the same fucking wine. He said he liked the one expensive wine the most, it was the best, but it was the same exact wine. So this is very effective placebo effect on pricing. So literally, this means it can literally be an identical product. But if you sell it higher, then there are many benefits, like the perceived value will be higher. The value will also be higher because when you pay $999, you pay attention. When you pay $19, you're like, whatever, right? So you get more value because it's more expensive. You attract the right people because you want customer results, you want referrals. So if you attract really high guys who has a lot of money, then you need to charge a lot, because $999 might even be small for big business owners. $19 is like small for everyone besides really broke people. $19 a month is a lot for really broke people, I'm just telling you. So it is very powerful. So they will perceive it as like better, and it will be better as well because they will pay attention. Because have you heard, when someone pays, they pay attention, and that is true. Like, if I paid $0, then I would never be in the community. I would never, post and, look, I'm gonna provide so much value for my post. Like, if it's free, I'm just gonna be like, whatever. If it costs $90, then I'm like, maybe I'll check a little bit. If it's $999, that's like a year of saving. Then I would be every single day, messaging, calling people. I would be, I would actually do everything in my power to get the customer result, right? I would do everything in my power to get the results because I paid so much. And then the owner of that community or product will get more customer results because you paid attention. And then it makes a fuck ton more money as well, and makes even more money when he gets customer results. So it's weird. It's the same fucking offer, it's the same fucking wine, but it's always the expensive one that is better. So you can leverage this as much as you want and like it. So when someone sees the high price, imagine now if I price my coaching for $500 instead of $50, they'll be like, holy shit, 10 times the price. They must be good. Imagine if my competition sells coaching for $50, I sell mine for $500. People will literally buy mine more just because mine is not like the other people's. And if I have a huge list of, solutions, guarantees, and they will be like, okay, there's no risk to it because if I don't make the progress, then he'll give me all the money back. And as well, he will give all the money back and he will help me until it works. He will be there helping me until it works, and he will give me all the money back. So all the time investment will be paid back until I actually get the result I wanted. And then I get all the money on top of that. Right? So if you provide a very good guarantee, then you can also charge really fucking high prices. Because if you're confident in your product that literally, customers who pay $999 a month will take action, and customers who get this, and you have the guarantee, like, okay, I will help you if you have watched every course, attended all the coaching calls, and all you have consumed like literally all the resources, and you still haven't made any progress, then I will, give you all the money back, and I will help you until it works. Imagine that. Then literally, if they get all the money back in the guarantee, they literally haven't failed then. Because if they do everything that's required for them to win, then that's just a offer enhancer and not something annoying for you. You can leverage that how you want, and that's pretty smart. But my point is here that the pricing itself is a big value driver and a big perceived and giving more value. So when someone says that high price, they perceive the value, especially the best customers. Because you will be there like, oh, this is 10 times better, you will buy it, right? Because it's better. And if it has a brand, like, oh, Nike, that's like, it's like the best thing, is popular, and you will buy it. Instead of a random shirt. That's the power of branding and high prices. So, price to what it's worth, second module, second section. So, the actual value of pricing. So, as said previously, when someone pay, they pay attention. And when customers get result, they can't help but tell their friends about it. Your personal brand will improve and you will be the go-to guy in your niche. Because of high prices, you attract people who have more money, or you attract better customers. Maybe I've heard this meme online that you sell your course for $50. They're like, oh, but I could have just learned this for free online. You charge it for $500 and you make it a bit better, or literally it could be the same product. And those people who would literally consider buying a course for $500, they would be like, yeah, pretty good. Yeah, pretty good. I got something from it. Or if you pay 5,000 or 500,000 and they even got them one thing, then they will be really happy, right? You literally get better customers by charging higher prices. So you can literally increase the price. Literally increase the price. And then they will get more results, right? And when you get more customer results, then they will refer you, right? If you over deliver, you pay your stuff for $5,000 and you're like, for $5,000 I can guarantee that in 6 months you will get their first high ticket sale. Imagine if they got their first high ticket sale in like 2 months, then they will be like, they will tell their friends about it, because that's like in free. They thought we'll get it in 6 months, they got it in 2 months. So you promise something and you deliver on the promise, over deliver on a promise, like in a further time. They can't help but tell their friends about it, everyone about it, and they will refer you, and then a referral is literally a friendly recommendation, and if that friend is close to the other friend, then that's literally a guaranteed sale, right? And then your personal brand will improve, because you will have, I don't know, whatever the price is. If someone can get guaranteed in 2 months, in 3 months, their first, sale or their business, like they can have saved a lot of money. They will be like, if in buying this 3 months or this 6-month program, I can guarantee that I get sales on YouTube and I'm on the right path. I can save for a year, I can save for a month, whatever the price is, whatever dollars, whatever, $100,000 a month, whatever. If I've saved up $600,000, then I will buy the 6-month program, and then I will maybe churn there, or no, maybe I will, quit the subscription there because I don't have money. But then I make enough money, and then I can, buy it again to perhaps get, like, if you have a good brand, they will buy your other stuff as well, right? So everyone knows about you, and you're in a super specific niche. Everyone will go to you in that specific niche problem, and your brand will improve. Everyone will buy all your stuff, and you'll be the go-to guy in your niche. Everyone direct their friends with this problem to you, because you solve their problem and everyone's problems thus far. Literally 90%, 95% success rate is like really high, and if you fail, they will literally help you until you succeed. So it's like 100% success rate. That's when you can sell whatever you want, or for whatever price you want, and then justifying charging it. Yeah, so charging $197 for something that is good, that is as good as free stuff, maybe doesn't sit right for me. Like, honestly, charging that much for something that is like the same copy as the free stuff does not sit right for me personally. If you do, then, like, honestly, if you charge, let's say you charge $1,000 a month for the exact same stuff you gave for free, then I understand why even the shittest customers were right, because it's not even worth it. If it's like the exact same thing, but if it's the same thing but you got the same results in 2 months instead of 10 months, the successful guys, they know that time is a more valuable asset than money, because they might be millionaires or billionaires, but they only have 20 years left to live. If they have a pain in their life, if they can guarantee solve it in 2 months, they will buy that over 10 months, because they have only 20 years left to live. They have all the money in the world, but they need the result as fast as possible. So they buy the really expensive stuff, but will guarantee them results in a very short amount of time. People pay for time. Time savings above all else. So value and time savings. They trade money for value, and they trade money for time and value. So just fine charging. Make your product so good that you feel genuinely confident in promoting the fuck out of it. If literally you have 95% success rate, and most of those are even before the promised time, then you will not be afraid to mention it every 2 times in your video, all the time in your video, because when someone buys it, then you know they will get success so much faster. So that's pricing. Price what it's worth. So action steps. High prices will by themselves literally increase the perceived value and value of those who pay attention. So starting out by only charging what you're comfortable with might be a good step. That's what I do. It's like my first sale. My first 5 sales get, lifetime access for, I haven't really decided a price, like $1.99, maybe $2.99, maybe even more, but they get whatever price, one-time fee, and they will get that in all the communities in the same niche. So right now I'm even planning on changing platform pretty soon. I have grand plan. Maybe I will do it, maybe I won't. But my point is that the first 5 people who join will get a lifetime access. So I reward the first 5 people. They get it for cheaper and they never have to worry about, billing again, right? So I'm comfortable by doing that. Because it's gonna be a real pain for me if I change platform and they're like, oh, now you gotta pay, and then you gotta pay this much now. It's annoying, so I just give them lifetime access and then I change my platform. Because I know that if my platform is 1%, if the platform on is like 2-3% better, then that's a lot of value. So I want to improve value as much as possible, and if I can do that by just changing the platform itself, then that's high leverage in my opinion. So action step, only charge what you're comfortable with, and then increase over time. So your first coaching call package with product, you might only be comfortable charging 99, but I do not recommend going below that. Because when you go below 99, you will attract real bad customers. And why would you even sell something for lower? Because you're not confident in your product. For one, it's the first product you have done. And second, you want customer results. Because if you have, let's say your first 5 customers, your first 10 customers, they got the result. Then you are so much more confident to promote the fuck out of it. You promote the fuck out of it, and then you increase the price by 5. You get the perceived value goes up even more. You attract better customers by higher prices, and everyone who bought it has gotten customer results, and you will promote the fuck out of it, right? And then you make your product better, right? Because now you're comfortable charging 5 times more when you got feedback from them. This can change. I still got the result, but it will be better this way. Or this course module was kind of annoying. I needed to go on YouTube instead. Whatever feedback you can find. And the low ticket will not give you really good feedback. They will just say it's a scam. High ticket will say, oh, I could have used this, and this was good, but you could have done this. And eventually you'll be able to justify charging high price because your stuff is really fucking good, right? So you keep improve the product. As you improve the product, if you make a huge improvement, you make a slight improvement, increase the price over time. If your coaching is literally 2 times better, and that's like you sell coaching, that's like why you can charge a high price, then you double your price or you increase the price, but whatever. Because it is important that you keep improving your product because you want to make more money, right? So you increase the price as well to get, and as you increase price, you increase the value of the offer even more. You get even better customers. So increase the price as you improve the product. Everyone who actually signs up get more customer results, and they pay. When they pay attention. The more they pay, the more attention they pay. So win, more value by keeping improving the product and increasing the prices. And it is very important because if you undercharge yourself, you will deal with shit customers. They will not give you feedback. They won't really help you grow. So that's why I'll never charge below 99 a month, because then I will get bad customers. If I charge like 50, 40, and that's like, people charge 50 for a course. I charge 99 a month for all the courses. That's like free for courses. And literally community access, literally me DMing them, going on coaching calls with them, one-on-one reviewing my business. So I can't charge that low. I need to at least charge 99, and that's like my first customers. And then I will, of course, increase it over time because my product is better. Well, I'm confident myself. I got that physiological win in my head as well. So undercharging yourself, you will have shit customers, and you won't really make enough money. Because if you don't get 3, 4, 5k, you will still work in your job that you might hate, and then you can't really allocate those hours after the day because you don't have freedom, yet you need to go to work. But if you have all the hours of the day, you have 16 hours to work in your business because now you're free from all those obligations. Your only obligation is your people now. Amazing, right? That's a happy place. That's like me on summer break. Feels amazing. I like working like this. Then you will be able to give your customers more results, because now you can do coaching calls every day. If let's say you prepare in the evening, now you can do coaching calls the next day, because now you're not in your office at 9 p.m. or 9 a.m. In the middle of the day. So that's amazing, isn't it? shit customers will never be satisfied until it's free. If they don't get customers results, they will make sure to post it in your comment section. Then, oh guys, he's a scammer. Get as many likes as possible so you can expose the scammer. You know, they can justify telling you that you're a scammer if you don't provide to them. And honestly, shit customers always does that, even though you like they're these stories online, right? They're like they charge their coaching for $4 an hour, right? He literally went on 5-6 calls, helped the guy. He got some results, but he's just like, this was not worth $40. Because he was, because that's like his whole savings, man. If you're like a homeless guy, $40 is like your whole savings, right? So they're these shit customers that will literally report you, even though you did 6 fucking coaching calls with them. Like, these people, guys. You wanna avoid those, because they will 1-star review your website for no reason other than, oh, he didn't do 10 calls a week with me, he only did 6. Whatever shit. Oh, he provided too much value, he did too much posting, he did coaching calls every day, I didn't have time to attend him. Like, you'll be those shit customers. Like, oh my god, they're so shitty. And you wanna get rid of those by charging really high prices. Because I won't have some brokey who won't attend my calls and call me a scammer if I charge for like $500 a month or $5,000 a month, something like that. So that's why I definitely encourage you to charge higher prices. But then there might be people who are still good, but they don't have money. Fair enough, but that's also why in my content I like to post free content. Will we go in more into the next part of this video? But I like to charge real high tickets, so I get the best customers. And then I learn a lot from them, and they learn a lot from me. You know, I actually learn from them, because I learn more about my people, what problems they're struggling with. They fix their problems, everyone wins. And then imagine now, I'm a fucking expert, because I know my customer's problem. I start making videos of the same thing, you know, the same, let's say there's the most common question my customer asks me, I literally make a video titled the same as the question. Right? Because I know my people now, and that's why no YouTube metrics, literally just post for your people, which we will go also into the next part of this video. But you will have a hell in front of you when you undercharge yourself. If you're charging a lot, you also need to justify it, so provide lots of value, or else everyone will say, and no one will buy it. Because you get scammers by undercharging yourself, by overcharging yourself, they will say it's not worth it. So it's better for them to say it's not worth it than it's a scam, yes, because then you can do a lot of work on it, and then maybe one will still buy it and tell you how you can improve, because some people are really good, and rich people in general are better. There are, and that's why I say not everyone. There might be some really poor people who have dedication to really get the results, then provide as best free value as possible for them, and that's why I make these full guides. Because I know there's a lot of people, like I am pretty broke right now, but I want to make progress in business, so I still make these videos for these people, because I am one of those people, so I understand it. So I can talk about, oh, rich customers so better, like on average they're better, but there are some guys that really want to make progress, and I believe making super niche videos will, you know, filter out all the bad customers. So even if you charge low prices, you will have only the best customers anyways, if you're super niche. But pricing is a very important step in growing your business and getting more customer results and feeling more confident about what you're selling, and, you know, better feedback so you can improve it more and more and more. Because there might be a point where you're like, yeah, I make coaching calls, I make course, I did all that stuff, but I don't know how to make it better. Yeah, I made a hub of only niche stuff, we have a nice conversation in here, but you're like, how can I improve my product more? Then you need people in there, you need feedback, and then the next bottleneck comes. But by this point, you should have been able to make a product, you should be able to price it appropriately, you should know how to provide the value, you know, do it yourself, do with your service, you know, to be lectures, one-on-one coaching, group coaching calls, and then a huge course, and then the next step is literally getting feedback on how to make it better by getting customers. So now you should have a made a product by this point. You follow this guide thus far. Ooh. I guess I will go into the next part. I tried to have 0 edits. Like, this is literally, I'm literally struggling right now. I've recorded for over 1 hour. Haven't taken a single edit, a single break. This is the pain of recording long videos, but I choose this pain. It's painful, but it's also in a way fulfilling. So let's go into the other part of this video. Market your product on YouTube. So the first section in the second part of the video is oh, sorry. My nose is friggin' stiffy now. Make niche videos connected to your offer. So by this point, I have to congratulate you, because you rock. You're number one. You're a top entrepreneur. You're a top 10% offer. If you have taken action in the previous steps of making a product, you actually have a product. Like, you are top 1%, because 99% of people don't have a product to sell. And if you make a good product, you price it appropriately, you're above most of people already. So I have to congratulate you. So, action step right now. Say to yourself, I now have what I need to become an actual entrepreneur. I now have what I need to make a product. Yay! Action step, you need to cheer with me. Yay, lol. Yay! Look at this. And a high five, guys. High five. Good. Or like this. High five. High two or whatever, cringe. Or let's go, bro. Let's go. Sup? Good, man. This was an important action. If you haven't done this yet or high five me, then what the fuck are you doing? You should celebrate this. This is an important part of a business. So if you've done that action step, well, let's continue. So, make niche videos connected to your offer. And once again, if you incorporate the previous step, I am proud of you, honestly. I am really proud of you. If you have actually done those things, then you are on your fast track to success. So now you have the actual product. Now you just need to market the fuck out of it to get customers, so you can get feedback and improve it over time. So, you have a product, now marketing. And in this channel, I teach YouTube content. And let me walk you through all the, the advertisement strategies. So literally 4 ways, or I guess 4 ways to advertise or market. There is cold call, which is literally selling emails to random people. You're texting random people. Warm outreach, people you know. It might be audiences before. You are a personal brand, you're a big guy, then it might be warm outreach. Seeing if any one of those can, because when you have, you have referrals, you have a really good brand, and people will buy your stuff. Literally, if you all of a sudden sell a fitness program, if you were a big, you quit your other niche, but everyone has a good reputation of you, then maybe they will buy a new stuff if someone is into fitness, right? But warm outreach is very difficult to do when you're starting out, because you haven't built your brand, you haven't done your first big business model. You might have done another business model, but you don't have that good reputation. Or you're not like famous in that sense that everyone who bought your stuff loves you. Have new stuff, they will buy it instantly. Maybe you don't have that luxury yet. And then there's 2 other ways. There is advertisements and content. I personally don't know anything about advertisement, but I also know that it costs money. They're called paid ads for a reason. They cost money. And honestly, it's a headache for me. Honestly, you don't even need to, it's like a business model in a way. You don't only need to think about one thing. Because you might be, oh, but I want to do this in the future. But right now, we think in the present moment. Long-term thinking might be good. But instead of us just ADHD, oh, maybe I should try this method. Maybe I should do this. If you just commit to one method, you make progress. So literally, in the present moment, the most important thing is one marketing strategy, one advertising strategy. And YouTube content is the easiest way. It's the best way as well, because you create a warm audience through your YouTube channel. And you have the best leads. I create my best leads from YouTube because I know that brain dead people on TikTok will not really buy my stuff or make any action. They will be there with, Andrew Tate, have music at the same time they watch my stuff. They won't even look me in the eyes, or they can't watch it 1 hour in a go. They will be there taking pause and they will be, this video wasn't that good, then we'll start watching another anime episode. These people. So I make YouTube content because that's how I get my perfect leads, and I want as many of those good leads as possible, so I create as much YouTube content as possible. One strategy, and maximize it. So when you have creator you offer now, which I'm super fucking proud of, like super proud, like good on you, man. Now you need to start marketing advertisement, and this is YouTube content. It is a simple way. You make YouTube content in the same niche as your product. So if you made a product about helping men make their first 3K so they can quit their 9-to-5 job using personal brand, YouTube content strategy, whatever. If it's like similar to mine, but your niche is, men who's 9-to-5 jobs, or you have more specific niche than me, then make only content for those people. Make only content for the same thing you made your whole package of, and your whole package is literally pure. It's like only for those people. All the coaching, all the courses, all the resources, all the posting, everything is connected to that. Amazing. So there are 3 things in this section I will cover. So YouTube content, niche video style, niche titles, niche thumbnails. So niche video style. So we know this. Leads, right? But if you make niche video styles, literally educational videos, people like to have these funnels, right? Let's say they do content repurposing. Honestly, it's not really worth it in my opinion. Maybe I will do it in the future, but I don't think it's very useful, because you do content repurposing, you're on YouTube, right? You do TikToks, but TikTok guys won't really buy your stuff. TikTok guys won't really take action of the videos, and you want viewer results, customer results. So literally people refer you because they think your stuff is so good. They refer your product because people thought your stuff was super good. You paid stuff as well, right? So the best viewers, they don't watch for entertainment, they watch for education. If you make pure educational videos, then you attract educational people. And if you make it super educational videos, extremely niche, then you will get educational consumers in your specific super niche. So now you attract the best people. And if it's the same as your product, then they're quality engaged leads, the best people out there, the best called audience. Like they're so good that they're like warm audience, like they will probably buy your stuff. So viewers, the best viewers, your best viewers are people who take action, are people who buys your stuff because they want to make progress faster. Like they have this pain to do whatever they can to solve their problem, and that's why they buy a product. That's why they decide to put 2 hours into you by watching this whole video, right? You're watching this right now, then you're one of those guys, right? So viewers with more than 7 brain cells would like to keep watching the videos with no edit style. Because if I make hyper edit and I'm not helping you, then I might be the biggest bottleneck in your business. You might be addicted to hyper edit content. Your brain might be not working well because you hyper stimulate your brain. So I don't change background. I don't do any some crazy sound effect. Cause you learn worse and your brain takes a damage hit. Why would I do that? I want you to learn as much as possible with me speaking to you like this. Right? No edits at all. Authentic as possible. I don't wanna. It's these people that are like, oh, they success in 6 months, but it's like, the celebrities. They're like, oh, he got famous, he popped out of nowhere, but they have like five years of work before then, and people don't really know their stuff. But I'm telling you right now, and I'm doing this. I'm literally starting right now. I might in 5 years literally be like, oh, I can record for 5 hours without. But after 1 hour, I started being, oh, right? But educators want to educate themselves. and educational videos are made for them because they learn the most. Good. No edit style, no shit ADHD content. So, in every niche you have, the best thing is creating educational. Because you solve education, right? You provide coaching courses, which is also education, right? For them to learn how to fix their problem, right? And then do with you. So you might provide education and then help them on a call, right? But when you're making a product, like I have said in this video, you want to make educational video, right? Educational videos, because you're an educational YouTuber. You're not from entertainment. You don't sell more of party tricks. You sell more of better solutions or one-to-one with you to solve the problem. It's still education and fixing pains and problems. The viewers came for more education. Entertainment YouTubers come for more entertainment. Or entertainment viewers come for more entertainment. And this is why I think your competition is retarded. Your competition, they make broad niche videos. They make like 10k a month nofap videos that are like they make these videos that are like 5 minutes long. Yeah, well, 5 minutes, it doesn't mean it's bad because it might be their high quality. But literally 50% of the videos edits. They're like 2.5 minutes of real content. And you can't really learn anything if every 3 seconds there's something popping up on the screen. You can't be in a flow state and learn when they're like, poo, popping things up on the screen. Imagine it takes someone a week to make a video where it's literally only 2 minutes of education. And it takes me 20 minutes to make a 15-minute video that have no edits, that are literally pure education. I literally 4 times the education in 20 minutes instead of a week. So it's like, it's hard to explain, but in like 30% less time, I provide 5 times more value. So I can scale to infinite if you compare them to me, like edutainment, like this very high budget quality for 5-minute video. If I do a good quality video by my speech alone, then that's where the money is at. That's where you're leveraging, you're using your time effectively. And actually helping your audience to learn something. Like these videos, they're long as hell, but they are no edits. They're me giving you everything I know. And the more you take from me, the more you learn. The more limits and beliefs I break for you, hopefully. But your competition is retarded. Because of these reasons. They're not effective. It takes a week to make a video that is not as educational. You might get more views and subscribers, but it's because most people are brain dead. Brain dead people won't buy your stuff. So you get less views and subscribers, but you make 0 edits. You actually get customers. The real customer, not some people who are like, oh, this guy is a scammer. You get this TikTok guys, they don't have a bank account even. You make TikTok videos because TikTok, oh, I get many views, many people, oh, look, I get as many leads from my product as possible. They don't have a credit card, they won't buy your stuff. That's just, it's that simple, right? So the best video style in every niche is educational videos, and to improve educational videos, you improve your speaking skills, you improve your education. So you have more knowledge, and then more knowledge, you script long videos. I script these 83 slide videos. Like, this took me a fucking day to make this video, but I decided to, whatever, I'd make a full fucking guide on this. So it is better speaking skills, scripting everything, and education you have. So it's not editing. Instead of relying on editing, you rely on, I guess, stories, or you rely on education, high quality speech, good script. And talking head or PPT is the best one. I'm doing PPT or a Canva presentation with webcam. You see webcam. And you can do talking head where the whole screen is you with your camera. But the thing is that the main focus with education is education. So you spend more time on learning than making cute edits. And you learn more, you provide better solutions to a problem. You make more money. You attract the right people. You improve yourself at the same time. So this is best for every niche. Whatever niche you're in. If this is a business model you're in, then this is the best way in this business model. Now I cover niche video styles. We're going to niche titles. So eliminate those metrics for good now. I have probably said it already, but this is so important. So eliminate all YouTube metrics right now, like seriously, because this is like 2 million views on TikTok, broad topic. Might get 1 sale if you're lucky. 1,000 views on a niche topic. 1,000 views, 4 sales, 4 times the sales for 2 million versus 1,000 views for a lot of times less views. So please don't become an artist who checks YouTube and looks how many views did I get, how many subs did I get. Because if you look every day, how can I get more views, then you will start making these. You will get this dopamine, you'll be like this hyper stimulate, like, oh, I got 1,000 views, guys. If you get 1,000 views on your super niche video, then maybe. But honestly, you just want to track customer results and revenue, right? You want to track how much money you make, how many sales you get, and how many customer results you get. That's the best entrepreneurs. This is a mindset. So I'm telling you this because this is a bad mindset some entrepreneurs has. They're like, I'm an entrepreneur, I sell my stuff, and if 2 million people sees my stuff, then I will get more sales. But if 2 million people don't have a credit card, then that means nothing. If 1,000 people view my stuff and they're super niche, then 4, maybe even more, I will get sales from them. Even though I can sell my stuff for like $1,000 a month, and I get 4 sales. Imagine that. Then I have, if they don't churn or, go back, or what is it called? If they don't refund, quit their package, then I make 4K a month literally. Because imagine if 1 sale is 1K a month, 4 sales, 4K a month. And if they don't leave, then I have 4K a month. By 1,000 views. 4K a month. I can quit my 9 to 5 job if I get 1,000 views on a super niche topic. Literally. But I don't even recommend tracking views, because you track views, you will start to title your videos differently. You're like, but this is super niche, but I am... The best way is literally, you have your customers, the most common question people ask you on coaching calls, so literally make the same title as that question, and then those people have that problem, which is like your same niche, will get attracted to your stuff and will buy your stuff. Literally. So the action right now is literally, I only track customer results and revenue in business. Why would I track anything else? Tracking views, by me tracking views, by me tracking subscribers, I will start making a dumb decision. If I reply to every comment and I waste time, I can use recording a better video or script another video. Right? Of course, I can do one-to-one DM and stuff in my program, because there's not as many people, and I want to do everything on power to get them customer results. But of course, I also want my free views to get results, so I give them these full guides. Because you can't say, I'm just, everything he teaches in his stuff. No, I'm literally giving away the secret right now. Like, I have made this whatever hour video. I give away everything I know, like everything I know about this topic right now. I don't know how long this video will be, but it is long, for sure. I'm giving you everything, and I tell you that I did this for so long. Like, I said, tracking analytics is cringe, but then I still did it. I still fucking did it. Please don't. Because this will definitely, like, 100% make you an artist of optimize effects. You will naturally, you think about views, you will naturally think about how can I get more views, and then you will make stupid decisions from there. Because social media metrics doesn't equal more money or more sales, but getting customer results equals more money and sales. Because you have someone get results from your paid stuff, they'll refer a friend. So they're like, it's a bit pricey, it costs $1,000 a month, but it's like in 3 months you can make that up easily, and that's a guarantee. And even if that it's not the case, then the one who owns the community and the product will literally help you until you make 1K. So guarantee he'll give you back all the money and then help you until you get 1K. So you will literally lose when you do bad. So it's like, the risk is, I guess, you don't lose any money, and he will help you anyways to get the customer results if you follow these things he said. So all my customers in that sense is like 100% guaranteed they will succeed, and if they don't succeed, they will get the money back, and I will help them until they succeed. So there's like no risk associated with it. Imagine if there's 0 risk for the customer, and there is high value, it's me coaching them, giving them courses, then it will be stupid for them to say, I'm not gonna sign up. Because literally they sign up as soon as possible. Even if they fail, I will still help them until they win. Imagine that for a second. It's a bit side tangent now, but oh my god, that is actually so fucking smart. That's 100% getting a sale. You just need to put your stuff up and then promise that, and then holy shit. Oh my gosh. Whew. So trust me on this, by tracking views, subscribers, and all this stuff, you make stupid decision. Instead, you should track, your customer results, maybe conversion rate, revenue, and business. Tracking like, oh, I ain't getting any sales, and then why? Maybe because you started making shit content again. Or, I'm not getting customer results, maybe your product sucks. Oh, I don't have much conversion. Maybe your offer sucks, maybe your guarantee sucks, maybe your price sucks, maybe your bonuses suck, maybe your sales page is too bad, so no one actually does it. Or maybe you need to, set up so people can book a call because they don't want to spend that much money before they know much about you. Know what I mean? An example. Now we have, and of course, also that the truth is about broader niche titles or no niche is that you will get leads, yes. But I like to define leads like this. Leads are hypothetical customers. Engaged leads are potential customers. Because you might say, oh, leads are potential customers, but 2 million people doesn't have a credit card. They're hypothetical. They're not potential. Because they can't buy your stuff. They're like no customers at all. They're hypothetical, right? Engaged leads, actual potential customers. Because these people have enough money. It's made for them. It's like, there's actually a percentage chance. This is promille chance or even less. Because these people don't have a bank account. So it's like 0. These have like maybe 1, 2, 3%. Right? And that's a big difference. 0% from 3% is like difference between not being able to being able to. That's a big difference. So that's the harsh truth about broader niche. Getting more views and subscribers on YouTube does not mean more money. In fact, by being big like that, you will have a build audience of people you don't like. There are literally guys regretting it now. They're like, 2 million subscribers. There are literally guys with 1,000 subscribers making more than them. Like, I have 2 million subscribers. I make more money than you. Like, that if you're a big creator, you're like, oh, this fucking guy. He makes more money than me and he has 1,000 subs. The fuck, man. So it means nothing, and it's like, honestly, it's easier to get 1,000 subs super niche, because if you're a super niche, then YouTube will promote your stuff, and then everyone will see your stuff, and then people will subscribe anyways because they found your stuff. Of course, it might be, it might cap. You might not have 2 million people in your niche, but honestly, it's like a cope. There are like millions of people who are just like you. Like, there are millions of people trying to make money, 16-year-olds. So it's just a fucking cap. There are like billions, millions who want to make money online. And if they could do that through YouTube, which is like, they watch YouTube when they get home, they're like, oh, it's pretty fun to be a content creator. I would rather do this than 9 to 5. Like, there are millions, maybe even billions that are just like you. That's a cope. Now we'll cover niche titles. So broad niche titles will attract bad people. Super niche titles will attract the right people. Make you more money. And it's easier to help them because it's the same content. You don't need to, oh, now should I research fitness all of a sudden? No, should I do NoFap? No, should I do, oh, this estrogenic thing that is getting popular? Oh, I should research on that. No, you just keep doing your stuff. That's also why it's easier and you make more money and you get better leads. So win, 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 win. Niche thumbnails. So if you see the thumbnail of this video, you can see what I mean. I literally have a black background, podcast style thumbnail, because I know that people who think it's like a podcast, they know this. Podcast, thumbnail videos, podcast often, there are some podcasts with edits, but podcasts are often long form videos, right? So if I show that I have, no edits, I have podcast style thumbnails, then people will click on it if they want education. So now, not only the title, but the thumbnail are for my niche. So I have thumbnails that my niche likes, which is educational people, right? And then maybe there's a quote or a statement from me saying something that's related to this niche. So it might be if I were a real YouTuber, I would do this, or whatever. Your titles and thumbnails are literally super fucking connected to the same niche, then holy crap. So I recommend posting podcast style thumbnails with your face, or if you're doing talking head, then I recommend you just Doesn't really matter what the thumbnail is, because if you just take a thumbnail of your whole face, like 69, like just do a talking head thumbnail, random thumbnail that shows up on YouTube. Maybe they're even that easy, or maybe your face on the whole video. And because I do Canva presentation with webcam, I like to do, I don't know, it's just that's just artistic detail. But honestly, I don't want to do talking head thumbnail if I'm not talking head. I won't want to lie, but I still show my face. I do have my face on each thumbnail because I'm a personal brand as well. It makes sense that I show my face. There is people saying, oh, but people don't know about you. Why would you do your face in a thumbnail? I'm like, I don't care about virality, I care about helping my people. And if someone clicked my video and they got value from it, then they will refer me because they're like, oh, this guy is actually good, and then I will grow my brand. I actually want to grow my personal brand. That's the reason why I do this. I want to grow my brand. So I set myself up for the future as well. Like, I think short term and long term. Of course, I want to make this business work, but I also want my brand to be good in the future as well. I'm actually thinking about this stuff, right? I actually care. Like, this is literally my life now. Like, all time and thinking spent on these videos and product and business. I'm like too into business right now. Like, I'm still fucking happy. I'm still talking like a weirdo after 1.5 hour video. This is my thing. And the reason why I do this is because, as said prior, people who watch podcasts literally want this zero edits, or most podcasts are little to no edits. I haven't seen a hyper edit podcast yet. Maybe there are, but podcasts literally talking with a guest or talking with someone. So podcast style video, they want little zero to no edits, or they're like, okay, the first 1 minute has an intro and then the rest is just no edit at all. I don't even have that. I have 0 edits on the whole video. And podcast style videos literally have sponsors, so they're like, podcast viewers are used to me mentioning my product in like the middle of the video, because that's what podcasters do as well. So I'm like, I don't attract those people who say, oh, you're selling a product, because every podcaster does that. So I'm like, that's pretty smart, right? You can see the connection there. So it's like podcasts are also perfect for education. It's like the best. Podcasts and books are like best education. So I make videos, podcasts. Like, they are kind of podcasts. Maybe I don't have a guest on. Maybe in the future, I don't know. But I am not doing a podcast. I'm doing a personal brand video now. Now we have covered YouTube content, and specifically I've covered making each product connect to your offer. I think we have covered that now. And action step, though, before then, is only make educational videos, no edits. So it is possible to, let's say if you're in a niche like me, let's say, how to get to 10k a month using YouTube content. But that's like, it is possible to make clickbaits, but you need to deliver on the clickbait. Because some people say, oh, you clickbaited me. Yeah, I clickbaited you, but I provide as well. They're like, yeah, okay, whatever. You can title how to get 10k a month using YouTube content if you actually got 10k. So you can make a full guide on making 10k a month using YouTube content if you got to 10k yourself, right? That makes sense, because it's when you lie, it's when you over promise but don't deliver. It's better to under promise and over deliver, and it's also good to deliver on the promise you made. Because when you lie, you will pay dearly for it. If you make promises and don't abide by them, then you will pay dearly for it. And it's a personal brand as well, so that's like a double-edged sword with personal brand. If you deliver, then everyone will think, yeah, you're so good, you do your best. But then if you will pay dearly if you don't deliver on your promises, if your product sucks and all that stuff, right? That's the only problem. But if you just make sure to get them the result, if you just make sure to deliver the promises, then you're golden. You're growing really fast. Lying will pay dearly. You will pay dearly for it in all endeavors. People will make sure to say your stuff sucks and that you're a scammer if you lie to them about your stuff, and they're like, no money back guarantee, and then you lie. They're like, fuck you, man, I hate you, I'm never gonna buy your stuff. You're so bad, in fact, I will tell every single friend that you should never buy from him because he's a scammer. I mean, no reason to make it, to destroy the atmosphere, spoil the mood for yourself, because you will be depressed as well. You might be, but I only care about sales. You will be depressed by this. That's why I focus on customer results, because I don't want to feel like shit. I actually want to help my customers. Like, I choose the people I want to go for help for. I'm not a mercenary, I'm a missionary right now. So make podcast style thumbnails. I recommend it. You can also do talking head video styles if that's what you do. But I personally like PowerPoints because I like having pictures sometimes. I like doing PowerPoints. So I do podcast style thumbnails with me on the picture, just personal brand, and then me with a quote or something. Or then talking head style, just do a thumbnail of you showing your face, whatever it might. Yeah. Or I like, honestly, you can probably do the same podcast style. You can probably do a podcast style thumbnail with talking head as well. It doesn't really matter because most podcast style, actually, when you think about it, actually has talking head. Like Andrew Huberman, have you seen him? He has this very easy thumbnails. He has his face on, and then he does talking head. So I honestly, for everyone in education, actually, I can literally do podcast style thumbnails with you yourself in a picture. Very important, because that's promoting your personal brand. And then eliminate all social media metrics, very important. So the moment you write down 1,000 subs, I can get to 1,000 subs. So if you have a yearly goal, 1,000 subscribers, you will start optimizing for that. If you instead have get my first 5 customers this year, then that's a better goal. So don't even look at analytics or watch at views, or just make sure to make your stuff as good as possible. So only focus on your niche people and no one else. Don't make videos for anyone else. Don't care about the views. I'll get more views if I on this topic. I will do whatever. Only do for those people, and only make courses, coaching, or resources in your program so it's pure and only for those same people as well. So you have a gold mine on your YouTube channel, and when they buy your course and they buy your community, buy your stuff there, they're very much valuing that thing. Good. Now we have covered the first section in marketing your product on YouTube. Let's go into improving the video quality. This a long guide. Improving the video quality is speaking skills, scripting skill, education. Let's go through them. Speaking skills. I'm still struggling myself with this, but this might be an example of this is a thing I struggle with for a long time myself. Maybe I'm not the master at drawing, but this is kind of a table, a monitor, camera. It's supposed to be a camera. It is supposed to be, I don't know, a lamp, but it is supposed to be a microphone. This, and then the boom arm there, and then, you know, the monitor. Maybe that's a keyboard. I don't know. Remember. I really suck at drawing. That's like the worst fucking potato head. I couldn't even write the properly round head. I couldn't even do that. I suck so badly. Little hair there. My point is here that you have a lot of text. You stare into the screen. You do this. You don't look at the camera. You start reading out loud, you know, like a robot. Like you're reading out loud a book. Your speaking skills sucks that way. But then you might do a small improvement. When the same situation presents itself, everything is the same mic, the same keyboard, whatever. Now you actually look into the camera, right? So the difference here is that you look into the text, you read out loud. Now you look into the camera. But then you might be like, oh, but I can't look at the camera when I'm that much text, and I thought I had one more picture here actually. But then the third one can be one, you look at that, you look at all the text, you're reading out loud, not looking at the camera. Then you're looking at the camera, but then you're still reading out loud. The third one might be, you know, bullet points. So you look down, you have a picture, like I have only a picture on this slide, or I have only bullet points on a slide. That's easier for me to speak to the camera because I don't need to read out loud like a book. You see the difference? So that is that's literally defining learning. You change one thing when the same situation presents itself. It's the same camera, it's the same monitor, same mic. The only difference is now I look at the camera, and then the only difference is now I look at the camera and I have bullet points. You see, when you make small improvements, and that's how you learn. That's how you make improvements. So now your speaking skill is better as well, because now you're talking to the audience instead of reading out loud like a robot. Now you have bullet points. So now you have free speech. Now you're not constrained by reading out loud like this and saying everything 5 times. Good thing. And then speaking skills, another thing. So now that might be you're not looking at the camera enough. You might be saying, you might be speaking too quickly. You're saying never, no pause. You say, and you don't take pauses. You say, instead. Talking really fucking quickly. No one can understand what you're saying. You ain't speaking clearly. Oh my gosh, this hammerhead shark, man. Fine drawing. I'm really very artistically gifted, aren't I? So it might be, I think, it's ludicrous that's X, Y, and Z instead of, I think that, it's kind of, I need to, fix my, beard. It's better than, it's worse than, I think it's a ludicrous statement because of X, Y, and Z. So instead of, I think, it's a ludicrous statement, I think it's a ludicrous statement that, that's better than I think, it's better to take 3 dots, a pause. So, you might be, I think, it's ludicrous that X, Y, and Z, you might speak too quickly, but now you take pause, it sounds better. I think it's ludicrous because of X, Y, and Z. Better speaking. Here, let's see. I think, that, the thing, I think that it's good, but also kind of good option. I think, or I meant that X is kind of like Y. I didn't understand shit from this. I couldn't understand anything from this. Maybe there's some people who can, but no, majority of people can't understand it. I can't understand it myself. But then, this is better. I strongly believe that working like X will increase your ability. Along with X, there is Y, which could be used in C way to get the dream result. Then you take pause. Furthermore, by using C, you can, you see, it's better to talk like this than Take pause instead. Saying Right? So that's an example. Then you may be speaking too quickly. You're speaking 1.5 speed. You're like, you're on YouTube. You take 1.5 speed. This is how quickly I speak. 1.5 times speed. Yeah, speak so quickly, but maybe you understand anything I say. You know what I mean? You're speaking so quickly, so your words are not clear enough. You're like half cutting off words mid-sentence. You're cutting off words mid-sentence because you're speaking so fucking quickly. You know what? It's a problem. And then you speak normal again. Take 1x speed. Take pause instead of saying and keep talking. And also furthermore, and I also think that take pauses instead. So you speak that. I understand. Furthermore, this and X is this and Y is this. It's better to be quiet than verbosity. It's better to take a pause instead of and to speak less clearly. You're like speaking so quickly, this anxiety of getting everything, listen to me. It's not even that clearly when you you ain't even delivering your speech well, because speaking skills is undoubtedly an important part of this, an important component in improving your video quality. It really is. Really is. So there are four main ways I've found to improve my speaking skills. There is the speaking to the camera, which might be pretty obvious for some. Stop verbosity, such as saying is fine, but it's fine, but don't eliminate pauses for all the time. You can say sometimes, it's fine, but don't eliminate the pauses. Incorporate more pauses than you're comfortable with. Because you're there like, oh, I can't pause. But if you take a pause, if I right now take a pause, what do you think will happen? if I say something interesting. Okay, so the single biggest reason why you do verbosity is it's because of X. You know, I took a pause. Everyone, it's like if you take a pause in the middle of a stage, then everyone will, all eyes will be on you, and you will. That's when you emphasize. That's when you peak something really important. You're like the single biggest reason why people don't make money. Then you take a pause and everyone looks at you. It's because you're a entrepreneur. You don't even have a product to sell. Your store, you have a store. Your door, you have the shutters down. You're like, why don't I make any money? You don't have your store even open yet. You're there. Why don't I make any money? And rush hour is outside. Well, why don't I make any money? You have shutters closed. You have closed the shop. You have literally a closed sign outside of your door. Saw that speaking. That speaking was top tier. I've actually practiced that. Not that same sentence, but I've practiced speaking like that. So, that's an example of taking pauses and stopping. It was much more interesting to listen to, wasn't it? So it's the taking the pauses, it's the stopping the all the time, stopping verbosity, speaking to the camera instead of reading script out loud, reading a book along with me, and speak slower. Because speaking to it like this, you will naturally speak less clearly by speaking this quickly. No one will take you seriously, and you will say and kind of like, I kind of understand, and kind of like honestly in this way as well, but no one understands what you're saying when you're saying this. Because you might kind of understand it yourself, but really not. You're saying no because you have nothing to think of. If you just take pauses or speak slower, then you have more time for your brain to come up with the next sentence you're going to say. So that's about it for this speaking section. Oh, I have more actually. Okay. I also want to emphasize that there is no hack to improving your speaking skills. It is literally what I did. I did like 20 videos where I just spoke to the camera, 20 videos where I tried to say as little as possible, 20 videos where I took regular pauses, and then 20 videos where I tried to speak slower. So that's there's no hack. It's doing the thing repeated amount of times, and it's doing the thing with one slight change. Doing 10 videos with, staring to the camera, 10 videos with taking pauses every time, 10 videos with not saying 10 videos with speaking deep and slow. That is the way to improve your skills. Keep doing it. You rep out, rep with slight changes. That's how you improve over time. After 200 videos, you will be an okay speaker. I have made over 300 videos at this point, so I dare say I'm fine at speaking. I'm not a 10 out of 10 speaker. Because the example I gave you before, you have the shutters down, that was honestly a very interesting. That was the best part of my video in my opinion. I like that part. I'm not there yet. That's speaking skills, improving them. For the next section, or I guess the second part of this same section of improving video quality, is scripting skills. The strategy behind scripting skills is essentially know the way you speak. If you have huge paragraphs, are you reading it out loud? When you have bullet points, are you missing things? You need to experiment yourself. I personally, when I speak the best is when I have a few bullet points. When I have 1 or 2 bullet points per slide, or sometimes 1, then I tend to go off topic sometimes. When I have whole paragraphs, that's not good either. So I like to have, I guess, little bullet points, a few, not that many, but not 1 either. Maybe 2 or more, but not more than like 5 bullet points or 4 bullet points per slide. That's the how I speak the best. Paragraphs cannot speak well. I miss a lot of things. I go off topic when I only have 1 bullet point. When I write too many things, I say it twice. When I only have 1 thing, I also say it twice because I like forget I cover it or something. It's weird. So that is how the way you speak. And honestly, I recommend doing bullet points instead of paragraphs. If you can do fine with 1 or 2 bullet points, then go with it. But I tend to sit between like 2 to 6 or something like that per slide. So we've covered scripting skills. Then the last part, this section, improving video quality, is education. So being an educator requires you to know what you are teaching. Isn't that obvious? You're teaching someone your niche is I help depressed men who works 9 to 5 jobs to quit watching porn, right? As an example. Help married Christian men quit porn. I help whatever specific niche, yes. When you're an educator, you need education in what you're teaching, right? It's like if you yourself don't know what you're talking about, then how can you expect your listeners or your students to understand what you're saying? So, experience, learning lessons in your niche, being an educator, being a teacher, it requires you to have this education yourself. So, to be able to teach, you need the education required to do so for everyone to understand. Right, that makes sense. So the more you learn, the better you are at teach. The better you are teaching, and the better teaching, the more your students, the more progress they make, the more they learn. Because if this had nothing to do with it, being a good teacher, then I can just go on whatever Google and search for many hours, and then I could just read a book out loud that I wrote. I wrote a book of everything, like word for word, everything to fix this problem. And everyone would already have fixed the problem after that. But now instead, I do bullet points because I know I deliver the message better this way. Because I could have written this down in a book and I could have just reading out loud for 3 hours like this. But if you do like this, no one will get it, and then they really won't take action because there is like boring as hell, and like it may just make sense, right? So the more win-win, the more your students make, the more you learn, the better you are, the better you're teaching, the more they learn, the more customer results they get, and the better everyone, the win-win, everyone gets win-win. So my recommended learning source that I use is literally books and podcasts. And I like to thumbnail my videos as podcasts, as previously said. So that's my learning sources. I like podcasts, I like books, and I like zero edit videos, which is literally podcasts, right? And I like, I of course, I like guest podcasts, but I really like the one where there isn't a guest as well. I like as an example, Andrew Huberman or Dr. Anthony Stafey when there is no guest. I like when he just answers Q&A, or when he has his lectures. I like that more than guests. So I like podcasts without guests. That's my favorite. Big podcast without guests, like Alex Ramosi, for example. His 1 hour long videos without any guests. That's my favorite videos. That's my recommended learning sources. Podcast without guest and book. Maybe some guest if the guest is really, really good. The discussion tends to be worse when there are guests, honestly. That's what I think. So when I learn something important, I take notes. Sometimes I take notes from a video. Sometimes I often take notes from books, because books are like very educational. It's a good book, right? So maybe, and I am not like the guy writing word for word notes. Like I might read a whole book, there might be 5 things I've written down. So I read the whole book. I wrote down 4 things to improve. I wrote I read a whole speaking skill book. I think it was called Profession of a Public Speaker. I took like 5-6 notes 4 things of how I improve my speaking skills, and then 2 other things. I don't really remember now what it was, but I took 8 notes of a whole book. It's like I took notes on the things that was important for me. So how I could improve my speaking skills. As an example. And I watched some other educational podcast videos. I wrote down how I should do a specific niche, and then I wrote down that I need to sacrifice everything for my goal. I wrote down the battery. Everyone has 16 hours a day. Everyone has one battery. I wrote that down, so everything takes from the same battery, and all these important lessons, so I can learn more about them. And now I'm pretty confident. I know a lot about those things. And I also tend to rewatch and reread really good stuff. Like there's this one, presentation that is like 40-50 minutes. I rewatch those like 3-4 times, and then I reread a really good book like 5 times. And then I'll also take notes of the things I missed when I reread. I'm not forcing myself to take notes every time I reread or rewatch something, but if there's something I missed, then I take notes if there were something important. So education right now as an action step. Take notes an important thing from this section. So this is an educational video. Can you take notes of anything right now? I can think of a couple. Yeah, I can think of a couple of things. I am not forcing you to do all these things, but you could take notes of one of the things or all. It's like you learn more. The more you learn, the more you can teach. I'll make more money, so you might take notes of, yeah, I should learn more, because the more I learn, the more money I make, and the more success my student makes. That might be a good note to write down. A book note might be take notes on things that stand out. So literally, you take notes on. You have a paper, and then you write down, take notes on things that stand out. Right? It might be a thing, and it might be, if something is really good, then rewatch and reread. It might be only learn from book, podcast, and podcast style videos. It might have been some of the previous sections that you should only focus on your people. It might be eliminate all YouTube social media metrics forever, right? It might be do a good do it yourself service, make a best course as possible, make as good coaching as possible. Maybe one-to-one coaching, maybe review your business, take notes on all these important things, right? So that's notes you can take. So that could be action step for you. It might be those 4 things, speaking skills, that you should speak slower, you should take pauses, eliminate no, you should look at the camera, you should only do bullet points. And write that down in notes, because that's the 4 ways to improve speaking skills, right? So action step right now, another action step. Don't make 200 videos without changing behavior when the same situation presents itself. Don't be the guy who wants to improve his speaking and haven't even read a single speaking book yet. So you never learn if you don't go. So you can record 200 videos, but if you don't learn anything about speaking skills, then you will do the same, and the same situation presents itself. No change. But if you do a slight change, you learn something, you speak slower, you look at the camera, you do bullet points instead. This is on the longer side. I don't recommend having this much text. I don't know why I had it. It's probably because it's a summary of this section. And develop your speaking skills by specifically improving these. Speak to the camera, stop verbosity, such as all the time. I like to say but I don't use it to instead of pausing. I do pausing as well. So take pauses instead of adding unnecessary stuff. Speak slower. Good. Those are things you can improve your speaking skills. And then also find things that takes away from you speaking in the script. So that might be no paragraphs. It might be to use bullet points instead. And then get serious about education. Actually take notes when something clicks, like there's something really important in your mind. I challenge you to do this. Challenge you to have done this action step. So as another action step right now, Record your first 5 to 10 shit videos today. Don't even have to upload. Because you make your 5-10 videos by trying to maybe speak slower, maybe to stop saying and take pauses instead of adding unnecessary stuff, speaking slower. You can literally do that right now. You can make a PowerPoint. You can write down 2 bullet points on a Notion page or Google document. You can make a, I don't know, 3-minute video and do that a lot of times until speaking is better. You feel more confident being in the camera, and maybe after you do that 3-minute video 5 times and stop saying no, you do that 5 times, taking pauses, speaking slower, speak to the camera instead of like this, reading out loud script. I recommend you doing that right now if you want some practice in this game of posting to YouTube. Whew. We are soon done. We have probably covered about 80%, I would say. Yes, about 80%. So I guess we'll continue on. Next section. Volume negates luck. So if you don't want fate or luck to decide your success, then work hard to change your future. There's this saying, volume negates luck. And the thing behind this essentially is you work fuck ton, you literally make daily uploads, like the guy who makes 1 upload a week or whatever. If you make daily uploads, you can probably beat him if he's in the same niche, right? You don't want luck or fate to decide, oh, this video pops up, this video pops up. Know your audience and create a gold mine of so much content that, I don't know, that their YouTube is bound to promote these videos to you, or at least one of them, because there are so many. More videos for you to promote. So work so hard that you can change your own future. So work like a dog, literally. Work as many hours as a dog sleep. Literally work 12 to 14 hours per day. You have 16 hours. 8 hours of sleep, 16 hours of daytime. Literally work 12 to 14 hours a day. At least 12. Imagine that. You work 8 to 12 hours a day. That's how you work. And yes, you might only can work. You might only be able to work, scripting, recording for the first 8 hours of the day, and then the rest of the hours you learn. You do something related to your business, right? But volume negates luck. Because you need this perseverance. When no one sees your stuff, like, you have made your product, hopefully, if you have gotten through this video thus far, then you need people to see the stuff. Because you are like, oh, to improve my product, I need feedback. So I need, customers to say if it's good or not, so I can actually improve it. Good. Then your next bottleneck after having a product is essentially getting leads to the product. So now you need this perseverance. You need to 8 to 12 hours a day, market the fuck out of a product so you can get someone to sign up. So this will be painful. You will wake up, you will work hours on end. You will literally not be able to shower until the evening because you work so much. There will be even hellish periods where you really feel like doing something else. Where you're like, you have 4 hours free and you're like, oh, but I just want to chill for this 4 hours. I'm like 1 hour of anime. Oh, or maybe reading a novel, or, having these last 4 hours of the day. I need to chill and whatever. There will be hellish periods. There will. You need perseverance. You need to suffer through pain. And that's also why I said, what people do you want to suffer pain for? Because I said in the beginning of this long guide that you will have real pain some days. It will be real painful. Because you are going to feel it either way, whatever business you are in. And if you decided to be an entrepreneur, if you decided to make money, then it gotta be hard. And the thing is that if it's easy, the barrier to entry will be low. If everyone can do it, then everyone would have 10k. But because there's not many people who are willing to go for this, then, well, you don't have to share the rewards at the top. Well, I guess some let's say there's 10 really big guys, then you divide it by 10, right? Or honestly, it doesn't work like that because the number one takes like 50% of the market. But you see what I mean? Like, you get more of the rewards. You don't have to divide it by as many people. The higher up you go, because there's less competition and less people up there. There's not 10,000 people up there. There are 1,000 people, 100 people. The longer up you go, like if you're in the top 10, then that's like number one owns 40% of the market, number two owns 20%, number three owns 10%, and then the rest 20-30% owns by everyone else in the whole fucking market. So the top 10 that is sharing most of the rewards, they're actually having real percentages. The other ones are having like 0.3% of all the market. So it is painful, but you will get most of the rewards. And if you get 1% of the whole market, you still make a lot of money, 100,000 a month probably. If it's a super niche and you're number one, which is actually, it's actually not that. Honestly, it might sound like I'm like, oh, it's easy, guys, it's easy, but like honestly, you can I think you can become number one in the niche if you just work really hard. Like if you work really hard for 4 years, then you can probably become number one in your niche. If I work really, really, really hard on YouTube, then I can probably become number one in, personal brand, only using YouTube content marketing. Personal brand YouTube marketing. I can probably become one of the top in my niche. I think that. It is not impossible. So, make 100 plus niche videos. Outwork, overrun, outrun, beat, screw, fuck your competition. Because they're there, your competition. Like, there are, of course, some competitors that are very lethal. But your competition are there, they're making edutainment. They're making a hyper edit video, 5-minute hyper edit video with like 2.5. Or maybe they're making a 10-minute hyper edit video with like 5 minutes of actual education. And then there you're making like this 2-hour videos. You literally have an half an hour to an hour or even more daily uploads on your channel. Imagine, now, this video is like 2 hours. And most of my videos are like 30 minutes. Sometimes they're less than like 20 minutes, but then I like to have 2 of them per day because I do like 1 to 2 uploads per day, right? If I make daily uploads that are like an hour long, imagine how much I could fuck my competition. And imagine if they were quality as well, like 1 hour of like courses every day for free on my channel. And imagine all those were for one specific type of people. If that people found my stuff eventually, then they will have a gold mine. That's not luck. That's me fucking the algorithm, because I forced the algorithm to promote even one of my super niche videos. And then if all my super niche videos are actually pretty good, then they will like me and they provide good free education. They will check out my other stuff and they will be much more likely to buy my stuff. So instead of doing like 3 hours, I record for 3 hours and then I do maybe scripting, I do, reading a book, No, you do 8+ hours of only leverage. I literally do 8 hours of just scripting videos. I script like 7 long videos. I do record 7 long videos. Because I could easily do 12+, scripting 12+ videos, record 12+ videos, but then they're short. Nowadays, I'm focusing more on long videos, like 30 minutes or more daily. Because I found that daily uploads is easy for me, but quality daily uploads that are longer is hard for me. But it's like I could do the volume, I can do daily uploads now. Focus on making good daily uploads, sometimes 2 uploads a day. But I don't think I could do 2 quality uploads a day. Then I would have to work more, and then when school starts, I won't be able to keep that up. But I could probably keep that up if I had like summer break, if I had like my whole day. Yeah. So the difference between being autistically extreme and a pussy is that the extreme guy gets success 10 times more quickly, because he's the guy who essentially, he literally only his life revolves around business. He spends all this time doing business. He literally sacrifices even some workouts just to do more business. He wakes up 4 a.m. before school. He literally gets 4 hours of recording, like 2-3 really good guides in the morning before school. He gets 10 plus times quicker success, and then when he looks back, he will be grateful of the memorable times he actually managed to get almost 4 long educational videos even before school. He'll be like, I had school, but I still make more money than that bastard. I made more money than a full-time YouTuber even though I was in school. Like, you will look back in those memories. Literally, sometimes you will not sleep. Like, honestly, sleep deprived is not healthy, but you will look back, you're like, I was sleeping 4 hours. Like, some days I didn't sleep, but I still got the work done, man. I still did it. You will look back and you will be like, sleep deprived. He didn't eat. He went to school, he trained, he did hours of work every single day. He worked so hard, even though he was sleep deprived. He will look back and he will be like, oh, my younger self really, really put in the work for this. And then the pussy will be there, action faking, and then his future self is looking back. He'll be like depressed. I don't know, he will have nothing good to look back and he won't just, oh my god, that guy was sleep deprived, he still did it. No, he'll be like, yeah, I was a pussy, I couldn't do anything. And then you feel depressed because you hate yourself and your younger self was also shit. He gave up after 3 years, says business didn't even work. He didn't get into business. He's now in his 60s in a wheelchair because he gave up on business. But then there's the other guy who worked really hard, who went extreme, who is now like financially free at 30, and then I look back at his teenage years, it's like 10 years ago. And I can never push that hard ever again. Like I got even more work done even though I had school. Like, I literally got 10 guides done while I was in school. Like, I've never pushed that hard ever. Imagine looking back at those times. That's amazing, isn't it? So conclusion. If you want status, fulfillment, and the ability to justify laughing like the psychopath you want, like, I abused the fucking world. Like, look, I did 2-hour video. I did it. I couldn't even record for 30 minutes without sleeping. I couldn't even, like, years ago I was in Classroom, I couldn't even focus for 20 minutes. Now I'm here recording 2-hour video. You will look back, you will laugh like a psychopath. I actually did it. I make money online. You laugh like a psychopath. You have this financial freedom finally. You have high value. You're a high value successful man. You have financial freedom. Because you were willing to work hard as fuck when you were young. If you wanted to take 10 plus years to get even $1 in your bank account, follow someone else's advice. If you want to do this as fast as possible, if you want to make money as fast as possible, while being a business model you can actually do in 3 days in a row without feeling like your life is wrong, then this is the thing. Advice from me. If you want that pussy advice, it's healthy to moderate 1 hour video games, so a little bit of drugs is good, a little bit of moderation is good, little bit of addiction is fine, and saying that 2 hours of deep work is fun, it's enough per day, you can get success. Why would you even do that? It isn't 10k enough. If you want real crazy success, like crazy slingshot, like one you have never seen before, like a random guy on YouTube, 2-hour video giving away all his secrets just like this. If you are willing to be working 6 to 8 hours per day, even though it's school, literally learn 1 to 2 hours a day, make your first 10k in 1 to 2 years or faster, as fast as possible. Retire parents, afford to live wherever you want, afford to eat A5 ribeye steak every day. Feel like a high, successful, amazing man, literally being 18 and financially free, or whatever age, you're quitting your 9-to-5 job finally after all this sexy, oh look, I'm a teenager and financially free. Then, if you want this, put up your hand in the air. Get a pen and a white piece of A4 paper, A5 paper, whatever, A3 paper, whatever you have. And write down, don't be a pussy. Work 6 to 8 hours per day. even though I am sleep deprived. Sacrifice and eliminate everything. Use my 16 hours and my one battery every day as effective as possible. I allocate my daily battery into the thing that matters. I only do the highest leverage task. If you write those things down, then you will have the work rate done. You're not allowed to miss a single day. You schedule videos every single day. Don't miss a single day. So action step right now. I can actually force you. I can actually be the devil to force you. So write down tomorrow today. And I will force you now. I will do it now. If I can find a paper. Thought I had a bunch of oh, here. I have a white piece of paper. I'll get a pen. Because we'll do this together. I will force you to do this. I force you to take action. So you will do a write down tomorrow today with me. So, what date is it for me? It's 14th of July. So I write down 15 July 2024. This is a very important step, right? Because we are in the volume negates lock. So 15 July 2024. Can you see that? All right. So we are YouTubers, right? So what do? We record videos. So I write down. Maybe you script. I write down script. Script. Eight, 9, 10. Can I do 9 videos? Script 9. Script 9 videos. If you have a long list of videos you can make, I have like notes on my phone of video ideas I can make. So I literally copied the title I wrote down on my phone in a presentation, Canva presentation, then I start making videos from there. So script making 9 videos, and that's tomorrow, right? Or for me it's tomorrow. You can write down tomorrow's date. You can even see that. Nice. Now we have done that. Now you put it literally beside your bed. I put it on my table. I actually forced you now. Couldn't skip this. I did this. I forced you to do it. Because now, when you wake up, it said record 9 videos or script 9 videos. That means when you wake up, shoot yourself out of bed, you have the paper and you're like, script 9 videos. If you haven't script 9 videos yet, you can't eat, you can't go to the shower, you can't go outside. You need to script or record 9 videos before you eat, before you drink water, before you shower. Script 9 videos. If you don't get that done, then you're not willing to work hard. If you're starting out, then maybe do it easier, 4 videos or 5 videos. But I can do 9 videos, and that's what I wrote down. And honestly, if you want to work hard as hell, then 4 videos is not hard, man. That's just, it's beginning to be a bit brain numbing or whatever. But if you want to work really hard and you're starting up in 6 videos, I wrote 9 because I can probably do 9 pretty easily, right? So that's your daily task. When you wake up, you script 9 videos. 9 videos. If you do daily uploads, that's like a little more than 1 week. And if you script all those, and then the next day, record 9 videos. Now you have script and record 9 videos in 2 days. Now you have a lot of days. You're not behind schedule, you're the opposite of 7 days. So that's a good action step you did with me right now. That will be that literally just that one habit. You're just, oh, I can't eat, I can't do any, I can't even walk outside, I can't do anything before I do those 9 videos. Record that 9 videos. Good. If you haven't done that yet, written down that tomorrow list, then keep doing this step. But if you're addicted to learning but you ain't gonna use it, then we can keep going. If you have actually done it, then we can keep going with our heads held high because we took action. Good. The last section of this long, ultimate long guide. Okay. Wait, won't making 200 videos in the same niche be super one-sided? Because now you learned about niche volume, you make a fuck ton of videos on the same niche. Then you're like, oh, but won't it be one-sided? Hell yeah! It's called repetition for a reason. It's like, have you done bench press 200 times? Oh, it's too repetitive, it's too one-sided. Well, that's how you improve it. You improve your form and do the bench press 200 times by a little slight. You do a little bit better form, and then you do 100 bench press reps, and then a little bit better form, 100 bench press, and then after 300 set of bench press, you're fucking best in the world at bench press. You know what I mean? Really good at bench press. You perfected the form after many times. And the same with YouTube videos. You perfect your recording. You perfect your education. It will be one-sided as hell, but you have a same. It's not like you have a super specific niche. Me, I talk about making content. I talk about making a product, and then I talk about the skills associated with that. That is literally my whole niche. So I can literally only make videos on like 3 to 4 topics. Perhaps also, energy, how your productivity, you wake up, do this, and I'll write down tomorrow, today. So I guess there is 4 things I can make videos out of. After 8 videos, I've already done the same thing twice. After 200 videos, I've done the same things, I'm not best at math, like 50 times. So hell yeah, 50 times, that's when you get good at it. 50 times of making a video of make repetitive content. If you've said that 50 videos, you're actually starting to be good at it yourself. It's a reminder for you, it's a reminder for your audience, and there will also be a guy who finds your video. Michael Jordan said something about this. Why are you putting effort in every single game? Because I know there will be this one dad and this one kid who will only be able to watch this show once in their life. So I gotta put the performance up for them. There will be a new audience who finds my stuff, who are new, who will maybe only see it once, or there are new guys who saw the things for the first time, my videos. So they don't know that I've made 500 videos on this topic. They will click on this video, this full guide I'm having now. If they have gotten through this whole thing already 2.5 hours in, then congratulations. You have a top 0.1 attention span. Seriously. Very good attention span. But I know there will be new people, and some people have never seen my stuff, so I gotta deliver for them. And those people already know my stuff and watch every of my videos, they will get reminders again. Because if I said the first time, you gotta be super niche, you gotta make niche volume beats, like, if I said that one time, then you will already have success, right? But that's not how easy it is. Like, you say bench press, do bench press once and you will get successful. No, you need to do it 100 times to get that big chest where you can... Repetition is the way. One-sided, but repetition. So if it is super one-sided, then you're not doing broad shit topics, you're doing the right thing. That's why you need to choose the hell, because you will think it's hell. You're like, 200 videos of this topic. I don't want to talk about it anymore. Then you have 4 different topics. You can go around making 1 video of improving skills, 1 video of an offer, 1 video of posting content. You keep doing that as long as possible, even though you don't want to repeat yourself or whatever. But there will be 1 new guy, and there will be your audience want the repetition. And if you make the same stuff, then YouTube will promote it to more people, and you will grow more. You grow more, everyone benefits more, win, win, win. So repetitive content is the way. And then you're also like, yeah, I have 20 videos, I'm out of niche topic. Yes, what I do, yeah, you make 200. If you have already made 20, make 200, make 2,000, like 200,000, make a lot of videos on the exact same topic. Maybe not copy paste the title, but literally change one thing in the title. It might be, 2 years of brutally honest YouTube advice, 1 year of brutally honest business advice, 2 years and 1 month of brutally honest business advice, 2 years and 2 months of brutally honest business advice. Like, it doesn't need to be that much of a difference, but maybe some sections you can, like, honestly, to make it easy, some sections I honestly like to make them new, but some comments, some I like to use the same pictures again, I like to use the same format again, you know what I mean? So it's like, and also it is, yeah, maybe not as fun in that way, but it's good for it serves a reminder for your audience and yourself, and it will be so much easier to make these videos when you have scripted them 100 times. When I'm recording these 100 times, it will be easy. When I've scripted this 100 times, it'll be easy because I don't have to read a whole book on a new thing. Of course, I still want to learn, but then I can focus on my bottleneck. Then I can focus on the really good lessons I learned, get people to implement them, and then make a fuck ton of money that way, right? So example of videos of the same niche topic might be the skill most YouTube content creator miss, how to improve the most important skills as a YouTuber, how to win as an educational YouTuber is through speech, how to optimize speech for YouTube content, the power of the voice in your YouTube video. So all these videos are literally about speaking skills and skills. So you can make 5 different video titles, 5 different videos where you just talk about how to improve my speaking skills as a YouTuber, right? Simple. Make repetitive content. The more you rep, the better you get at it. It's a fundamental law. The more you rep with slight changes, you get better at speaking skills. You over time, by repping, making hundreds of videos, you get better at the thing you're teaching. So you get a little better. Speaking skills is better. You've done this a million times, so it's efficient. And it's easy as hell. It's like natural. It's like breathing air after 100 times. Because you're saying the same thing. But wait, how do I get better then? Yes, as I said, you keep doing it. You rep until you get better at it. Rep with slight changes. You learn something recently. You implement it in your videos. You make slight changes. Slight speaking improvement. Slight, educational. Maybe one more slide with one new thing after 100 videos. You make it a little better. That's how you improve. That's how you master a skill. You do it a million times with slight changes of failures of small things you can better on. That's how you do it. You're a swordsmanship. Maybe you try a new style, fencing style, but you do swordsmanship for hundreds of years, and then you do a slight fencing style that's a bit better, and you improve small things over time. Because in the beginning, yeah, you can do a big difference. It's like you have the right grip or the wrong grip, but then it's like, 50 degrees or 43 degrees instead of 44 is better for slashing, whatever. These slight changes, there will be these micro changes after a while, but one micro change can mean, if your content is 3% better than before, then you can cash out a lot of that. If you're 3% better than your competition, then you can charge like double because you're number one in your niche. You know what I mean? It's like those small changes do mean a lot, especially higher up. Because you compete against the highest people, the top people. So, conclusion, right? Make at least 50 videos in your niche relate to your product. Make 10 plus videos about the exact same thing but with different titles. There are even people who copy paste title, but that's the same video. If your video is exactly the same title, the same slides, then maybe that's wrong. But if it has a different title and maybe some of the slides are different, but maybe some are not, the same pictures, the same concept, then that's not a copy paste that you can post. And your goal, I have a goal right now for you to complete in a month. 40 videos in 20 to 30 days, so more than one daily upload. Create 40 videos. That's actually pretty easy. Because I told you before that you should script 9 videos. That's in 1 day, and recording, that's 2 days you have 9 videos completed. You do that times 4 plus 4. That's easy. So a goal for you to complete in a month, especially when you're starting out, do 40 videos in 20 to 30 days, and those could be long guides or quality guides. They can either be shit videos, because when you're starting out, you just need to make more volume, because without volume, you suck. One cannot be, it's like, they're even, you know, really good public speakers, you know, famous, you know, TED Talks and stuff. The first time they're in front of the camera, I don't know when camera got popular in like 2000s or earlier, but there are guys, you know, speaking in a room with a camera silently. Those people are used to presenting on stage. They're like uncomfortable. So even the best speakers shit at speaking the first time they're in front of the camera. So get the reps out now to get better. So record 20, 30 videos, or in 20, 30 days, 40 videos or more. Like, honestly, I would even, if you could, then record, you know what I mean, like, about, if you can, then maybe 100, 150 videos. That's a bit pushing it in 1 month, but 100 videos you can probably easily complete. But do 40 for the time being, if this is your first month, because 40 videos in 20, 30 days, that's more than your competition, and you're starting out and you can improve that over time, which is amazing. And of course, if you're a entrepreneur still after watching 2 hours of videos, then honestly, you're pretty fucking good at action faking because you watch a 2.5 hour. Oh, it's education. Yeah, it is education, but if you didn't take any steps, then you can't use the other things. It's like you haven't even made a product. You're like, oh, how can I make the best videos? If you haven't created a product, then you shouldn't even make a video yet. Or you're like, oh, but I make a video but not upload on YouTube. Yeah, maybe that's a good thing, because if your courses suck, then that's bad. So maybe do 100 videos, but don't 100 very bad videos. With literally 3-minute video where you try talking slower, or you look at the camera, whatever. Or it might be you just record your courses, and after 100 videos, you re-record the courses when you're better at speaking. That's an example. But if you're an entrepreneur, then make sure to make a fucking product, because what are you doing here in this video right now? What are you doing at the end of the video when you haven't even created a product? Because I literally forced you to do that right up here in the beginning. But the action step, if you're here and actually here, something you can actually do right now if you have covered all the steps before, then write down 10 video ideas which is the same niche, as in the niche of the topic of the product. So make 10 niche video titles as the same as the niche product you have created now, and then try to come up with different titles and script and all down by bullet points in Notion or PP, Canva presentation, whatever, if you want to do talking head or you want to do presentations that I do at the end of tomorrow. So this is, 5 examples. Your goal today while you're watching this is doing 10 of these, but it needs to be in your niche. So if you haven't gotten your niche, or you haven't even made a product, then what the hell are you doing here? This should be something you can do easily if you have a product, because then you know exactly what to do niche topic videos about and write video ideas down. So this takes 3 to 4 hours max. So script all them down, all these 10 videos. Like, I'm not forcing you today them to be really long. I'm just forcing you to rep them out. Rep. Make repetitive rep videos. Because this is an important step. You make 10 videos that are literally the same, maybe a different title, but then you have your Notion notes. You might even use the same fucking bullet points as the other videos. You have like 3 bullet points. You make the video 10 times. You just do that to improve your speaking skills on repetition. You say the same things, the same bullet point 10 times, and speak in front of the camera 10 times. That's the action step, right? So you have this same fucking 3, 4, 5, whatever bullet points you have on Notion or presentation. You do the same presentation 10 times with a slight change. Maybe after the second one, you do one more bullet point, or you change one bullet point, or you try improving one speaking skill, speaking slower, look at the camera, right? One thing, maybe stop saying no. You do that for 10 times. It max take 3 to 4 hours. It could even take 40 minutes if you're an action taker, right? So now we have covered all of the steps in this guide. So you made it after a very long video. If you skipped the action step, then I am sorry for you, because I made them specifically for you to take action. I really hope you did. And I forced you to take action in some senses, right? And honestly, if you can't do even one, if you can't even pick one thing, action step or anything in these sections, then what can I do? What can I do? My English is simple as fuck. They're literally made for teenage, even 12-year-olds to understand what I said. I've improved my speaking skills enough, I think, for you to understand what I'm saying. I've made a such 2 hour and a half. I don't honestly I'm sorry for you if you didn't get anything for this. If you didn't, then I might still be lacking in some area. I'm trying to improve, of course, but like honestly, if you can get even a single head, then what can do, honestly? Like, it's time now. Like, if you just coped, you still understood, but you didn't want to do it because it's boring, or like, oh, I'm gonna sleep anyways. But for me, I made a 2.5 hour video. Could you at least take one step for me, please? For me, it's for your good sake. You might say, oh, but it's for your good sake. No, it's for yours. Because if you literally do one of these things, if you have a product but your product sucks and you provide value, if you have a good product but your price is still shit, if you have a good product you think you price it appropriately, you just suck at making content, maybe your speaking skills suck, then do one of those 4 things. Maybe you're not doing enough because you're doing, oh, I'm gonna make one perfect video every week, or maybe you're like, oh, I don't want to make repetitive content. Any of these things might be a bottleneck in your business. If you just incorporate that one thing that you know is your bottleneck, like if you don't have a product, this is your bottleneck. If you don't make enough content to your good product, then this is a problem, right? So for me, please do it. I made this video so it would be enough for you to get started on the track of making money using YouTube content as marketing. You can rewatch certain parts of the whole guide. You can even rewatch the whole thing if you want to. I think because this will be up here, it's for free as well, so you can keep rewatching it if you want to. If there are parts you don't understand, then rewatch them. Use everything as fast as possible. When you're starting out, it's the doing fast implementations. It's the doing the thing that will help you. So if you can use it as fast as possible, then you can make results as fast as possible. So if you, as fast as possible, start making a product because you knew that you were coping, because you were like, I'm gonna wait to 1,000 subscribers before making a product. If you make it right now, then that's a good thing. You want to, as fast as possible, implement the things you know you should. This serves as a reminder for again. If you watch the whole thing and literally took notes and wrote down and did the whole game plan, the action steps, then have very, very huge respect to you, because now you better use the knowledge I gave you to make it success. Because you have been on 2 years on YouTube where you're starting out and you're like, it's too much information, overwhelming, too much shit out there. Then go make yourself proud by doing these things. So please. So you better make it now, which when I especially spent so much time making a video and recording this. This just took me, what is it, 2.5 hours to record. It took me a day to script. This took me a lot of time, it did. And this is all the secrets I have. So you need to take action, man. Like, you seriously need to. I force you. Like, you fucking need. But once again, if you're interested in my one-to-one coaching, my courses, where I will personally review your business, I will personally review everything. I teach all of these things as well in here. You can even chill around. You can talk with me. I can DM you. I can do, like, I literally focus on everything to get you more results. If this is my free stuff, 2.5 hour video, then I don't know. I'll do everything I can with my limited time and energy I have in the day. I make this right along with you. This productivity course, these marketing course, these creating a product course where I go every single step to make better product. Every single step I did to enhance my product, like everything, so even you can understand it. And a pretty cool icon. If this sounds like something you're interested in, then check the top link in the description to watch that welcome video and the top link of the program. And there you have the welcome video, and then from there you make a decision. But anyways, hope you can take some action from this long video. And see you next time, I guess.